Welcome to Tran Wins. It returned to the desert. In the 1950s, there was a monster craze, such as it came from outer space or it came from the swamp. And then in the 1980s, It Came from the Desert was released as an Amiga game. I'd never actually heard of it. I'm going to show on screen the videos that I watched in preparation for making this video. It returned to the desert. We're going to go ahead and, for the sake of gameplay, we're going to make it an easy combat, because I don't like the combat in this game. I really don't. And so that I can show you the most things, we're going to set the time limit to 29 days, which is the most you can do before achievements are disabled. So yes, I am making it easy. Hopefully I can manage to get all of this out in a single episode as a complete game playthrough. Copy protection. I don't think this changes, but the answer is lit up in green before you highlight it. If it's the same every time, it's the last button. I am familiar with copy protection. Back in the TSR Gold Box days, it'll always ask you, find page 38 and pick the fourth paragraph for the second word or whatever. This, as from the video I had seen, does not happen in It Came from the Desert, and I don't think it's necessary, especially since the PDF is available for free online if you just go to the Steam page. I would just get rid of it, is my suggestion. Not that, again, the developers necessarily watch my stuff. That would be great if they did. That's correct, and welcome to our town. I'll wait in front of the door until you unpack. Just come outside when you're ready. I'd finally arrived at my new home. I'd love to lay down for a while, but I'm too excited to find out more about that meteorite. There's a message on the answering machine. They should play that before I leave. With the mouse at the top of the screen to open the game menu. After a long flight from Boston, I've arrived in the small town of Glint Rock, Arizona. My first priority is to learn more about the meteorite and the town itself. It's probably a good idea to explore the surroundings and talk to as many people as possible. If something important comes up, I would draw an exclamation mark on my map. Man, it's hot. Thank God the rental I got has a working AC. There is a Texas person here, but I believe, according to the manual, if I remember correctly, that Glint Rock itself is in Arizona. Let's go and play our answering machine messages.
Message 1.
I've been notified of your arrival by the Miskatonic University. They expect us to support you examining that rock. So, I'm very busy. Would you please come over to my lab ASAP? Oh, this is Professor Lee of Glint Rock University.
That was Aaron Skinner and the Buffalo Boys. Now, back to our show. Have you heard about the meteor that went down nearby? There's a new guy in town, some sort of scientist. If you're listening to the show, how about you come by and we talk a little? This is GRX4 Radio. Become a regular, and you'll never miss a story in town. I don't know how much of this music is going to hit my YouTube stuff, so we'll see. I'm going to go make a save, and we're going to call this Day 1. I'm going to save regularly and loading regularly. Unless the losing experience or something I didn't like is part of me learning something important for our decision making, I'll probably just edit out any of the branching, failing timelines or whatnot. Hey there, partner. Just stopped by to welcome you to our little town. This is Dr. Mill, right? I'm the sheriff of Glint Rock, but just call me Alex. You got everything you need? Yes, thank you. I'm fine. Where can I find the university? I would like to talk to Professor Lee. Just follow the road up north and it'll be the big campus on the left side. You've come at just the right time. Spring Festival will take place soon at the campus. It's the big event in town each year. Would not want to miss it. Oh, thanks for letting me know. I gotta get going now. The meteorite is waiting. Yeah, come by and let me know what you found out afterwards. I'm not really sure how to handle this situation. I try to make nervous laughter there. I always try to throw myself into the characters. One of the things I don't like about the game is that it's continuously running. Now, the original game, the It Came from the Desert, that this game is modeled after, does have the time run. I get that. But they changed, for example, the action, real-time action combat to turn-based combat in this game. I think they could have done so here. The time I spend doing the voices for the characters and talking about, making commentary on the game, is time I'm losing. So that may be one of the reasons why we also save and load. Actually, it's probably one of the biggest reasons we'll save and load. Because normally you can flip it through here, just click through the dialogue in 2 seconds. Alright, it takes 3 hours to walk. I guess we are driving. It takes 3 hours to drive over here. It doesn't really matter where you go, it's a minimum of 1 hour. In the original game, it could be 15 minutes, so that's another minus compared to the original. I will be comparing this to the original because that's what this game is going after. It wants to be similar to, or a sequel to, it's even listed on the Wikipedia page, that this is the spiritual successor to It Came from the Desert. So I will be comparing them two.
I do think that if you like this game, that the Amiga version is definitely worth your time to try to play, though I have no idea how to emulate an Amiga thing. Alright, so we have 1 hour to run, and I've already spent 48 minutes just yapping. So let's go ahead and rewind the clock a little bit. And the first place we want to hit is Alloy Ranch. When this bar fills up, which is going to be 8 p.m., you cannot move anywhere else and you just end up going back home to sleep. However, let's say it's 7 p.m. and you go somewhere that takes 4 hours, you can still finish your thing while you're there. You just can't pick any dialogue options that specifically say you need this many hours left in the day. Like 2 hours to do this, 4 hours to do that. So we're going to go ahead and click that for 4 hours, and now it is noon.
Over here! Are you lost, honey, or did you come by to visit old Maria?
I'm new in town and want to introduce myself. My name is Mill, and I'm here to examine the meteor that crashed near your ranch.
How exciting! That crash was god-awful loud. My cat was going crazy and it took almost a whole night to calm him down again.
We are now near the meteor impact site, so let's head over there. You can't miss the big smoldering rocket and crater that crashed here recently. It used to be much larger before it went through our atmosphere. I'm immediately drawn to the ominous green glow it's emitting. I have not seen anything like it before. It might be dangerous. I should examine it more closely. The meteorite is still hot, but after some searching, I found a small piece that splintered off during the crash. It has these strange green veins. I should probably get it to the lab for further examination. Yeah, let me just touch this meteorite with my bare hands. By the way, this story is taking place in the 1980s. The original game, which was released in the 1980s, took place in the 1950s, I believe. So we're done everything we can do here. Let's leave the site. You cannot, by the way, discard the rock. Even though there was a trash can item there, that's so that you can dispose of anything you have so you can take the rock with you. The description for it is a small piece from the meteorite. I should bring it to the university for further investigation. I did say I don't like the combat. That's pretty much where the bulk of the gameplay considerations stem from, such as do you try to earn money so you can buy bullets. Bullets are hellishly expensive, by the way. And a revolver itself does 12 to 15 damage, which is a good amount. However, one of the clunky things, and if the developer will probably try to patch this out, I assume, is you can have one action per hand. And so what you do is you shoot the gun with your right hand, or actually this is going to be your left hand, and then you shoot the gun with your right hand by moving it over. Yes, I do have a 32% accuracy, but it might be better than doing nothing. Same thing for punching. If you're just going melee, you do a 90% punch with your left hand. I say left hand because this is left button to attack, and this is right button to attack. Yeah, so you would just basically run up to an ant and hit him twice. Or shoot him twice. Now you get 4 bullets for $50. One of your highest paid crew that you can employ in the game. You can only employ 3 at a time, but you can recruit everybody to be like your overall party roster. One of your highest paid people will get $25 a day. So yeah, just 4 bullets. Wow. Okay, game. This first aid kit sounds awesome, but it can only be used on the person is carrying it. Dr. Mill will heal up every day, but your teammates will not. So we'll save that for one of our teammates. Yeah, injuries are pretty dangerous, such as bleeding, which will do 2 damage per turn, and your characters typically have about 15 hit points. I have made myself a database or spreadsheet, as always. Everybody's stats, how far they can move, how far they can see, how much damage they do, what their accuracy is, and how many hit points they got. Alright. Let's go ahead and we'll take this to the radio station first, because we are trying to use time. So the closer we are to something, the less time it takes. We're up here. Let's move down to the radio station. Up to the radio station. I'm going to wait for the show to end, 1 hour, and then introduce ourselves. Hello, are you busy or can I come in? I just started the machine, so I got some time for you. What do you want? I wanted to introduce myself. I'm new in town, researching the meteor. Name is Mill, without an S. Welcome to town, Mill without an S. The meteor. Interesting. Would you be open for a little interview tomorrow? Oh, I'm not sure I have much to say. I just arrived and didn't have time to do some actual research. Alright, come back anytime if you want to talk. I'm looking forward to your findings. Alright, we're gonna head back south to the university lab now. Ah, there you are. Mills, is that right? Actually, it's Mill. Dr. Mill. Oh, yes, of course. Geoscience, I believe. Take a look around. You'll see that my lab is equipped with everything a scientist could ask for. But let me make one thing clear. Don't waste my time. If you need something to study, just drop it off and I'll notify you of the results. I think that's fair, and I hope you find whatever you're looking for. I'm very busy with my research, and now the mayor has decided that this year's spring festival should take place on my campus. Now, I need to get back to work, and I guess you have some work to do yourself. Now, I assume that the mill without an S would have made more sense if we hit the university lab first. If the developer watches and cares, maybe allow the mill without an S to happen on your second dialogue between these two guys. But there are a lot of typos in the conversation, so he probably won't go through all the hassle necessary to fix all that up. Can I help you with the festival? I'm still busy planning everything, but come back a little later and I'll find something for you. We got a piece of the meteorite here. Oh, you got me a rock. Well, come back tomorrow and I will tell you about my findings. Next up, we are heading to the pharmacy, and this will be the last place we can go to. It's 7:46 now, so if I had actually not loaded earlier, we'd already have our day over. The pharmacy's right here. It's going to take us 3 hours, but of course, as I mentioned, once you get to 8, it's okay. And we can spend as much time as we want here, because the time will no longer progress. Hi, what can I do you for? Oh, I just stepped by to say hello. I'll be staying in Glint Rock for the next couple of weeks and examine the meteor. I'm a geologist all the way from New England. Dr. Mill's my name. I'm Sophia, and I'm happy to welcome you to our little town. Could I interest you in a healing crystal or maybe some vitamins? We have a special offer this week. Vitamin B12, 10 micrograms for just $9.99. Thanks, I'm fine. Maybe later. You know any rumors? Oh, I've heard plenty. Kenny is convinced that it's a UFO that crashed, not a meteor. Our sheriff doesn't take him seriously, but from what I've heard, something is suspicious about that rock. I don't really trust him. The sheriff. He is supposed to help people around here, but he's always so quick to dismiss their concerns. What do you think? Is there something special about the meteor? Well, to me, a meteor is always special. Who knows where it had been traveling for thousands of years through our galaxy? I'll do my best to uncover its mysteries, that's for sure. But I understand your worries. It's not an everyday event for sure. Feel free to come by anytime you want, and I'll tell you everything I've discovered so far. That's very nice of you, Doctor. I think I'll come over sometime this week. Yeah, that's not an innuendo, but she definitely will. She will be your first party member. Let's browse through her offers. So you can only carry 16 things, assuming that they're not more than 1 by 1. Only a couple things are larger than 1 by 1, though. Any two-handed weapons, which can't be carried around, because only the people who start with two-handed weapons will never let you take it out of their hands. I don't like that. I get it. It's a game balancing thing. I don't like it, though, because it makes the combat mechanics even clunkier than it already is. She restocks these, what I would call common items, every 2 days-ish, and then she'll get first aid, bandages. Let me take a look at my notes real quick. See, the first time she'll restock it is on day 5, so we'll say every 4 days for that. If I were to buy things, like let's say this bandage right now, and then tomorrow buy another bandage, both of them will restock on day 3. The drugs are probably worth buying. These are the only drug in the game is a healing drug. You don't inject your enemies to give them hallucinations or anything. This is just for healing. And there is no unconscious state. If you're guys with about 15 hit points on average, if they get hit really hard, they'll put them at death's door. So the syringe would be valuable. This is for a head injury, gives you a 50% chance to be stunned. This is, again, I haven't actually used it in battle because I didn't really like battle myself, so I didn't try everything in battle, but I don't believe you can use this on a teammate. As with everything else, such as bandages, you have to use it on yourself, meaning that you have to, once you are not stunned with a head injury, you can then take an aspirin. But you can only carry 2 things in your pocket, so I would probably not put that as something. Even Emma would take pocket space. All right, we're not going to buy anything, but I wanted to talk about this stuff here. You can sell things for much less value. I think to buy a first aid kit would be worth $100. To sell it would be worth $31. We'll just hold on to it. The only way you make money is through mini games, like driving a car, or through having your party members give you their daily wages. Unfortunately, everything is just too abnormally expensive. I understand game balance purposes, but it just doesn't make sense if you're using the real world as your backdrop. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about in the store. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make a save for day 2 ahead of time. That way we can start with a fresh 8 o'clock no matter how long it takes to get out of the house. That'll be the animation that plays at the end of each day. I will probably click through it as we go on with the game. So we'll play our answering machine.
Message 1.
Mr. Mills, I've got your results on that rock. Preliminary results. Next time you visit that meteor, I would recommend wearing a hazard suit if you aren't already impotent. The meteorite is highly radioactive. Precautions need to be taken ASAP. I'm very busy, and as this falls more into your area of expertise, I suggest you talk to the sheriff. He needs to close off the whole area before some dimwit meddles with that rock.
This is Tom Huxley for GRX4. Have a nice day, Glint Rock.
If you need to promote more messages out of him, leave the house, come back in, and then turn the radio on again. Each time you do that, you'll probably trigger the next message in any chain that you're looking for. There is one event surrounding Tom, the DJ, that I have not yet been able to trigger during my rehearsal. We don't have anything else to do. This journal only updates as you move through the 3 chapters. The investigation chapter, I guess the next one is preparation phase, and the last one is defense/attack phase. Anything else we need to do? I think we're good. Next place we plan on going to is the gas station first. Hi there. How are you doing?
You new in town?
Yes, I'm here because of the meteorite.
I see. You buying?
Maybe. I'm still browsing. We're gonna want 3 beers. There's only one thing you can do with it in the game, but you want all 3. And then we will eventually want roses, so in case we don't come back to the gas station, we'll go and buy the roses now. Placing things is a little clunky. I think it's because the roses themselves technically count up here. So if I try to drag it down to this square, it doesn't do anything, but drag it to this square and blam, there it goes. And this is deodorant. Ants will follow your smell in combat, similar to Rogue Survivor. It's a zombie game I played on the channel, where you use a stench killer to keep zombies from following you. While the maps are fairly large and you can evade ants, it's just not worth it because you spend most of your time in combat looking for those ants. Alright, whatever. So yeah, I'm probably not going to use or buy this. Alright, next place we're going is just up the street. This is our house, by the way. We are currently residing right next to the bar. Good times.
Howdy. What can I get you?
Nothing for now, thank you. I just wanted to stop by to introduce myself. I'm Hendrik Mill, geologist, and here to examine the meteorite.
Oh, how fascinating. I've heard that it's actually a crashed UFO. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? I'm sorry, that's probably a question you shouldn't ask. Anyhow, I'm Billy, and I'm very pleased to meet you.
You know any rumors?
Rumors? You just arrived and now you're questioning me? You a cop? Well, I can tell you the obvious. Some people are agitated about that meteor crash, and others are about a scientist coming to town. Most people around here prefer to keep to themselves. Anything or anyone new is not welcome with open arms. Nevertheless, you have to come to our Spring Festival. It's the main event in town every year.
So, how's your day been?
Oh, nothing special. It's quiet and I like it that way. Got my GRX4 to keep me entertained.
That's the local radio station, right?
Correct. Tom is a great jockey. I really like listening to his voice.
I don't recognize any of the faces. You should come back later to start a conversation. Mayor's office. Come on in. Take a seat. As you might have guessed, I'm the mayor around here. Just call me Alice. I'm not a very formal person. First of all, let me say that I'm thankful that they immediately sent an expert to look after the meteorite. To be frank, our authorities were a bit overwhelmed and didn't really know what to do with the rock. So I'm glad you are here, and I hope you sort things out quickly. Spring Festival is coming up on the 15th, a very important event to Glint Rock. If you need any help, Professor Lee from the GRU and Alex, the sheriff, have both been briefed of your arrival. I'm here to examine the meteorite and try to learn more about it. Excuse me if I'm mistaken, but it sounded like you expected something more from me? Oh, no, don't worry. Do your research, but it would be appreciated if you could maybe reassure some of our citizens. Talk to them. Spread the word that there's nothing to worry about. And when you are finished, we can hopefully just get rid of the rock and move on. We need this to brush over before the festival starts. Well, in that case, I've got bad news for you. The results from the lab showed strong nuclear radiation coming from the meteorite. You need to alarm the authorities. Oh my, that's exactly what I didn't need right now. More panic and unrest. But if you insist, I will make a few calls. I'm sure we can figure something out. Thank God the meteor didn't crash into the town center. We're gonna cross the street into the police station.
Ah, the new face in town. So I heard you're some kind of scientist.
Yes, I am a geologist. I'm here to investigate the meteor crash.
I was the first on site, and he woke me up in the middle of the night. He saw a UFO and was all riled up. There's not much happening in a town like this, so people got pretty excited. I'm sure they'll bombard you with questions when they hear why you're here.
Unfortunately, I had to start the game all over in order just to get this dialogue to play. Even loading previous saves wasn't working. I'm not sure why, but this is a common thing in the game where if there's dialogue that happens when you enter a location, even loading the game does not get that dialogue to play. Again, this is for the developer to hear and maybe hopefully patch. It sounds like he's still working on the game. If he wasn't, then I probably wouldn't have even made this line of commentary. The game has been out for about 2 years now, and it is currently on sale. You can buy it at 80% off for just $1, which is probably why they contacted me and offered to let me try out the game. What can you tell me about Glint Rock and its citizens?
Oh, well, we have less than 100 people living here if you don't count the soldiers on the military base, so normally it's really quiet. Most of my time I'm negotiating between the farmers that get into some stupid fight over, well, almost everything. They're good people for the most part, but they, let's say, lack a bit of emotional intelligence, or any intelligence in some cases.
Is there anyone I should definitely pay a visit?
Well, I'd say it'd be polite to introduce yourself to the mayor, and it's never a bad idea to visit the bar if you want to get comfortable with the townsfolk. There's pretty much someone drinking there all day, sometimes even me. Oh, and I already told you about Spring Festival coming up. Long-lasting tradition and the only thing that ever happens in this town. We'll have a cornbread eating contest, some dancing, and hopefully no booze-related incidents this time around.
Well, enough small talk. Sheriff, I've got to tell you, that meteor that crashed near your town is dangerous. You need to make sure that nobody gets near it.
What do you mean by dangerous?
It's possible that it's radioactive. Professor Lee did some tests on a rock sample I got, and the radiation emitted was off the charts. Why would you say it's possible in that case? Just say it's radioactive.
Alright, I guess it's better that nobody disturbs this site anyway. People could steal the rock or do even dumber things. I'll take care of it.
There's you need 2 L's for that. Alright, we're done with the police station. So now we're going to head over to Alloy Ranch, which triggers at 11 a.m. this exclamation mark, which we can zoom in to get a better look at it. You can also zoom out. This is as far as it lets me zoom out, apparently. Yeah. If you were to travel here as soon as you woke up, then it would be 11 after you got here. It wouldn't trigger the event. So all you had to do, since it does keep track of where you are, go back to the map and then go back inside Alloy Ranch, and then you can trigger the event.
And welcome back, Dr. Mill. Good to see you. Something really strange happened last night. Someone damaged my fence. I mean, it could just have been some animal or rowdies, but it was a fence facing into the direction of the meteor, so I thought you might want to take a look.
Fence is laying on the ground. Besides that, it seems in very good shape. If it was an animal, it had to be a big one. Wait, there's something clinging in the bushes right next to where the fence landed. I should take a sample.
Maybe you can help me put that fence back up again? It's not getting easier with age, I have to admit.
Help repair the fence.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Hill. I really appreciate your help.
This one I would not count as a typo because she's older. She might not realize it's Hill or Mill, the difference. So I accept that. In fact, I like these little quirks of characters that let you know that each person's different. I don't get the point of this music. I know it's supposed to be science fiction, Western horror, fine, but wow, this music is really quite jarring when a lot of the game's visual novel stuff. When it's in battle, you're gonna have your own battle music. I'm always glad to help, and please, call me Hendrik. And my dude is actually pretty old, or at least he looks fairly elderly, but he has phenomenal stats. I mean, compared to a lot of people, he's got good stats across the board. I guess the geologist has to know how to go blap blap with the gats, right? Or something. I'm obviously not hip. Okay, the next place we need to go is the university lab with our sample. In fact, let's take a look at the description of it. Gross. Maybe the professor can help me identify it.
It's you again. I told you I'm busy, didn't I? I guess I can take a look later. I'll message you if I find anything.
Oops, I forgot to make my save. That's alright. I'll probably have to redo that day anyways. We'll make a save now, though. Let's get rid of that music.
Are you excited about the upcoming Spring Festival? GRX4 will be reporting live from the campus. Kenny won last year's cornbread contest, but Sophie is coming in at a close second. Won't be easy to beat. That girl has some grade A appetite. If you're coming by the booth at the campus, you'll have the chance to win 3 leather-bound Bibles. And if you ask politely, I'll even sign them for you. This is Tom Huxley, and you're listening to GRX4. Jesus rocks!
Day 3. Okay, I've only had a few days charted out for what we wanted to hit to be maximally efficient. Let's go to the park. I don't know if there's ever a point to this next part here, but might as well get it out of the way. No dialogue, we'll just take a walk through the park for 2 hours. It's not a very scenic park. There's trash lying around everywhere, but the fresh air is still enjoyable. And then we need to go home a couple different times to get more messages. We'll go home first to get this one. You can also go to the university lab, but that's okay. We're just gonna chill around town for a little bit. That's why I went to this place.
Lee here. I've got your results. The fluid you brought me turned out to be very interesting indeed. It contains a high density of nutrients, and after some additional analysis, I found hormones and even strands of microRNA. Analyzing the RNA, I could determine that the fluid must come from the family of Formicidae. Excuse me, I forgot to who I'm talking to. Formicidae is an insect family containing species like wasps, bees, and ants. And that's all I have. I hope it helps. Wherever you found this, my best guess would be that we are looking at the saliva of an insect.
But that's impossible. There's been a whole bush covered with that stuff.
Then I'm afraid your sample is contaminated and you've wasted my precious time. Goodbye.
We just gotta chill until it's 5 p.m. at this point. So let's just hit a couple places. How about the bar? No new faces. A lot of these places are closed off, like this little padlock. Hank's Farm locked, Hospital locked. Kenny's Farm locked, Black Goat Camp locked. See, we just need 2 more hours. Let's head home.
Dr. Mill, good, you're home. Someone visited the meteor site last night and destroyed the barriers. I wonder, is that rock valuable, or could someone even have stolen it to build a bomb?
That's a terrifying idea, but I don't think that would be possible. You'd need very specific material to do so. Has there been any evidence left behind?
Nothing to speak of. No footprints or tire marks or anything. I don't know. Could have been a wild animal, a big one. Either way, please have a look. Maybe I'll find something that I have missed. Oh, and for the time being, I would appreciate if you could keep this to yourself.
Alright, time for our first combat in the game. If you type the word winner, you automatically win a battle, so that could be something you do to skip past all of the combat portions. These are the lowest class ants in the game, and they're very easy to defeat. Now, even though I have a gun in my hand, you can just switch to your fists. You cannot go back to your inventory and equip something, so you have to bring in the things you want to use, and you can switch to your fists at any time, which is jank part number 1. It's a little awkward, but once you know how it works, you can always roll with it. It's just it is a little silly though. So we'll say that he holsters his gun, but then why can't you just carry more things in your pockets? I don't know. We do have the bullets. The Colt itself holds 6 bullets. You can over reload, meaning let's say I spin 1 shot and then drag the bullets over. Well, I just lost 3 bullets. I guess I just throw them in the sand. Let's try hitting this guy. My percentages to hit might be higher than normal because we are in easy mode. I don't know if the enemy hit points are also any lower. There's a big amount of lag with every attack though. I'm gonna go ahead and back away. And if I had deodorant, this might have been the time to use it. If I click this, it'll show the scent that I've left behind. So he'll probably follow this around and hit me. Maybe I might have been better off trying to run past him. If this ant weren't here, I would have run to the left instead. So I'm just gonna backtrack. He may follow us. Clicking this skull here will show each ant. I think it'd be cooler if it was an ant skull. I don't think that's an ant skull. And clicking this would change between people. It even lags when I do that. You can also press 1, 2, 3, and 4 to change between people. To attack someone with left hand, or this hand, you do left click. To attack someone with this hand, you do right click. In this window, the fist is pointing the other direction, but in your inventory window, this is both the same fist. Let's go and end our turn. You can also end your turn with spacebar, I believe. We did take a little bit of damage, which gave us a head injury. This means that we lost our turn. This is stunned. So let's go and take a couple more hits. And we win. Now remember, at the end of each day, your character fully heals, but only your character. So I'll be spending time making my dude the tank of the party. There's no equipment, no level ups that would help with that. It's just I'll be moving him closer if possible. So for him to get hurt, that's okay. That's the end of that day. Not because of the fight, but because that was so far away, and I did that on purpose. Let's go and make another save. We'll call this day 4. Surprise, surprise. Alright, this is the last day I have plotted out. First, let's let the police station know that there's something up.
Wow, look at you. Did you fall off a horse?
I've just returned from the meteor crash site where I've been attacked. I know this sounds ridiculous, but there were 2 giant ants. 3 feet at least.
Giant ants. Sorry, you must be kidding, right? Do you know how crazy that sounds? I don't know if you're here for some kind of publicity stunt, but I'm not going to be a part of it.
I knew I couldn't count on authorities once the crap hits the fan. I have to look elsewhere to find people I can convince to take action sooner than later. Now this is chapter 2, the preparation phase. This is where I try to rally the town to the defense. I like phase 2 much more than phase 1 or phase 3. Phase 2 is also the longest phase of the game. Maybe. I guess it could compete with 3, sure. I need to convince the people that the threat is real. Direct confrontation with ants will surely raise the town's alertness. I should send out my militia to patrol the area and go kill some ants. I'm pretty sure that the mayor will budge and seek outside help if everyone is panicky. Until then, I should recruit as many people as possible. If you want to get everybody in the game, you need to spend effort recruiting before you trigger chapter 3. Like if you go to chapter 3 without it, then you're sunk. Okay, next up, we're going to head home and recruit Sophia. Dr. Mill! Dr. Mill! Let me in!
Sophia, what happened? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Oh, worse than a ghost, much worse. I don't know how to say. I've been over at the ranch and I thought, after you told me, I had a look at the meteor. There was a meteor. I mean, yes, it was still there, but there was also that thing. I didn't see it properly. I can't believe what I saw. At first I thought it was a dog, but it had more legs. I think I'm going crazy.
Calm down, Sophia. No, you're not crazy. I've seen them as well. 2 giant ants attacked me, but the sheriff wouldn't believe me. I decided to take matters in my own hands. Now I'm looking for help.
I don't want to go near those things, but I would definitely rather be at your side than alone. So whatever I can do to help, count me in.
Okay, tell me where you've seen that thing, and we are going to investigate it together.
We now have Sophia as one of our 3 party members. And no matter how many people you have in your roster down here, you can only have 3 people up here. These are the 3 that will be in battle with you. And at the beginning of each new day, they will do one of these 3 actions you've employed. Before you get to the end phase where the night falls, pick whatever it is you want them to do. If she works, she will give me $25 a day. If she patrols, she has a chance to find me a random event. So we're going to just put a patrol for now because while money is, well, you know what, we'll leave her at work because she does make a lot of money compared to other people in the game. But recruit is necessary to get all of the characters. They won't just bring people back to you, they sort of work on convincing them. And even if you do all the right things, you still need some recruitment points in order to finish convincing at least Marge, who works at the hospital. Alright, with that done, let's head over to the mayor and see if she can help us out. Surely she, as a responsible adult and politician, with the well-being of her town in mind, will do something about this, right? I'm coming in with bad news. I don't know how to tell you, but I've been attacked by 2 giant ants near the meteor crash site.
Giant ants? Is this some kind of joke?
No. And I've also found an enormous amount of ant saliva at the Alloy Ranch near the crash site. Professor Lee can confirm this.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll give the professor a call if that calms you down.
Professor?
Yes, I know you're busy. Dr. Mill's in my office talking about giant ants and saliva. He told me he's been attacked.
Giant ants? That's preposterous. First he wasted my time at the lab, and now he's making up stories to justify his incompetence. He might have a good reputation at Miskatonic, but he's going too far. Don't let yourself be fooled, Alice. I need to go now.
You heard that, right? Now leave my office.
Yeah, well, the people's deaths will be on your heads. But unfortunately, the game never gives you any satisfaction in that regard. No. Alright, we're going to go next to the park and use our first items in the game.
Hey you have a cig?
Aren't you a little too young to smoke?
Screw off.
What are you doing here?
What does it look like? I'm bored to death. Nothing ever happens in this crappy town.
That might be about to change. There's some very strange things happening. You know about that meteor crash, don't you?
Yeah, but Alex is not letting me go anywhere near it. The people around here are just the worst. I hate each and every one of them.
I'll tell you something. That meteor, I think it mutated some ants around here. It's radioactive.
You mean like growing additional limbs or what?
More like growing in size. I've been attacked by 2 of them, more than 3 feet in size. You could help me. I could use some additional eyes just in case there are more of them.
I don't know. What's in it for me? Sounds like a lot of walking, and walking makes me thirsty. Okay, how about a few cans of beer, and we'll see how that affects my mood.
Give Kit a can of beer.
Cheers, old man. Keep them coming.
I think you've had enough, don't you?
Don't worry, I'm fine. Ready to kill some ants. You don't have a giant magnifying glass, do you? So what's your plan, mister?
I should probably send Kit on patrol to find out more about the ants and the town surroundings. Kit, supposedly, and I've never actually done this myself, but if she dies in battle, she comes back to you in a couple days. Patrols, as far as I know, are safe. They'll never just show back up dead, if that's a thing. But some video games do that, where you send people out on a required mission. I remember Assassin's Creed Brotherhood or something like that. You are expected to send out your dudes, and no matter how well you train them, there's maybe a 2% chance that your really good 5-star assassin will just keel over dead or something stupid. Anyways, none of that in this game, but you do need to send people on patrol. I don't know if there's a recruitment skill, but I feel that Kit doesn't actually do a good job recruiting. maybe that's just my imagination. We'll leave her on patrol. She was defaulted to patrol, in fact. We also have this encounter that Sophia led us to, because she was the one who mentioned, like, hey, I'll tell you where I found those ants. So now that we have 2 people, well, we'll check out our items first. Now that we have 2 people, let's go ahead and head over and do that battle. I'm still probably not going to use the cult for now. Remember that those ants we saw are the easiest ants in the game. I'm not going to waste my bullets on them. If you look at this first aid kit, it says Sophia's property beneath it. That means I can never take it out of her possession. Now, it doesn't mean she has an infinite first aid kit. One use is still gone. Sad. I feel like you should be able to use this on teammates, and it should just replenish each day. Show that she's working at a pharmacy. This is a butterfly knife, which is, yes, the game description does classify it as a cheap butterfly knife. It's unfortunately inferior to the other knife you can buy in the game. Also, knives are only marginally more effective than your fists. I get it, the game developers probably trying to give you a hand up by letting your fists do so much damage, but it's almost not even worth buying knives for your party. And as usual, you want to just slash someone and then swap to the hand and slash again. As you can see, this fist is the same icon for both. And of course, everybody in town that's going to help you is left-handed, assuming that this is left button and this is right button. Let's do the ant attack. It's a little flicker there. Okay, you can see at the edge of the screen where there are ants that you have visually seen, and this only shows you the ants that you can still keep an eye on. Sometimes you hear the ants chirp or whatever it is they do, and they'll show a sound, an ant sound icon there. But yes, the map is typically fairly large. This is one, yeah, look at that. And the ants could spawn anywhere in this map, and you have to go walking around to chase them down. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the combat system. Alright, you can only move twice in a phase, and that is a totally different resource being used besides attacking. This green indicates that this is the first of my movement phases. The blue would be my second movement point. So if I move here or here, that's still 1 movement point. If I move here or here, that's still 2 movement points. Let's go ahead and walk over here. And if I happen to beat this thing to death with just my first go, then we can move on to the next ant. Sophia has a bit faster movement rate. She can move up to 3. Let's go ahead and put it here, and we'll start attacking. My go-to strategy for turn-based games is have the person in the rear do the first attacks. That way people can continue to push forward. So I press 3 for Kit, and we're just going to have her run right here. Moving diagonals is the same amount as moving in a straight line. However, it does affect your ranged accuracy. Select that, do that. I think instead of doing that, the game developer should just give you 2 attack action points and just let you do that. And maybe make both your accuracy for each hand the same. Now, there are 2 different handguns in the game. The handgun itself does a little less damage, but has much better recessive hand or non-dominant hand accuracy. The Colt has awful accuracy in the non-dominant hand. For example, if I use it here, it's 95% at point blank, but if I put it in the other hand, it is 51%. If this were the Beretta or whatever that is, the handgun, it would probably be 80, 70%. We still have one attack left, but there's somewhere at least one ant out here. Now, I wrote down 3 ants in this battle, so we'll just inch up a little bit as we rally the troops. You can also pick up rocks, by the way. We'll do that real quick. Now, in many of your characters' hands, rocks are not more effective than their fists. I basically calculated their percentage to hit and how much damage a rock does. So 5 to 8 for a rock, which can be thrown, versus 4 to 8 for a fist. Obviously, the rock is superior, though you only throw the rock even if you're point blank. The issue is your accuracy. Dr. Mill has decent accuracy, but we'll take a look at, say, Kit. 47% accuracy with that rock. Now let's go ahead and head up there. This close combat. 64% accuracy with the rock. Okay, not quite as good now. 64%, or if we used fists, 85%. So that's a 20% increase. So I went and calculated the overall average damage for every weapon, every accuracy, every hand, for every character. Yes, I am just that attentive to details, and I still don't enjoy the combat, but I wanted to make sure I knew what I was talking about. Rumors spread like wildfire after the fight. The people of Glint Rock are now more likely to take the threat seriously. Then you click once and it shows town alertness going up to about like this halfway mark here. This will happen after every battle during this phase, so that'll be the same dialogue. We have one place left to go. Let's head to the radio station. I'm back, and I have some interesting news to share on the meteor crash. Are you still up for the interview? Yes, but today's schedule is full. Come back tomorrow and we'll do it live on the show. All right, let's make our save for day 5, apparently. We're just kind of flying through this. Well, I guess we could fly through it if I weren't talking all the time. I'm trying to read them out for you and everything. Might as well head home. Is there anything else we can do? Let's see. We can go to the gun store. That was one of the places I was supposed to go. But it's fine to end here because this way I can talk about the items. That's why I had an hour left over. Oh, we got customers. What can I do you for? Guns, rifles, ammunition? Thanks, but not right now. I'm just exploring town and introducing myself. I'm Hendrik Mill. Just arrived to investigate the meteor crash. I see. Still, you might need some arms. There are all kinds of dangerous animals out there, and I have the finest stuff. I'll also make you a special welcome offer if you decide to buy something. So if you need anything, just yell Josh, and I'll be back. Well, he says he makes a special offer, but he doesn't. You don't get anything for buying anything. Josh, where are you from? Sorry, pal, that's none of your business. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be nosy. That's right. Now, look at all these great firearms. Buy one and I'll forgive you. I'm looking for able people to form a militia. You interested? Militia? Sorry, but that sounds crazy. I'm not just going to join some club for no reason. The gun store opens on the 4th day, and many of these items will replenish on the 6th day. So we'll say maybe a 2-day turnaround if the trend holds. This one, however, the gun replenishes on the 9th day. Yeah, on the 9th day. So you can buy more than one, and at most you would want, I guess at most you'd want 6, unless you want to try to equip every person in the game. But do remember there's a time limit, unless you disable achievements. So this really isn't a bad deal. You have to keep in mind that these are the only 2 guns in the game. The Colt, which you start out with, and one other character starts out with as well, and the guns that you buy. Josh does start with a gun if you do recruit him in your party. This gun is the one that is much better for left hand. Right hand. I guess it's right-handed. The knife is a reliable improvement over the fist. So we'll go ahead and buy this. And we're already out of money. We can't afford the gun. That's fine. The knife will give us an edge in battle, whereas the gun, we probably wouldn't even spin the bullets yet. Remember that the Colt does more damage per round than the gun. Just going to equip ourselves. Unfortunately, even if I go to items on this page, number 1, you only get to select through your party members, not through your whole roster. And I understand, maybe you don't want to be cycling through 15-odd people. Still, in order to change inventory or look at everybody's gear, you have to then put them in your party. Alright, that doesn't sound so bad, but then what if I wanted to go back to that, see how we were in this party screen, and when I closed that window, I went back to this screen. So you basically would have to keep transitioning between all the screens. Whereas you could go straight to this item menu and do that. I feel like it should return you to the screen you were last in. Alright, let's go ahead and make our save. Did we just save? Or maybe not. No, I think we did just save, but I think it was still technically the 4th evening, almost to day 5. Alright, this was the last day that I had written down step for step. From here on, it's more freeform, and you can say the game kind of opens up a little more since we've consumed all of the plot devices. We've earned some money, $25 from her, and she would earn, let me take a look at my notes, if we sent Kirsten, that's her name, Kirsten Tanner, if we sent her out to work, she'd only give us $5 in comparison. Looking at our characters and comparing them, Kirsten has a movement of 3, health of 9, a sight of 5, melee chance I wrote down as 59.5%, and her range chance I wrote down as 47.5% chance. Sophia, and I don't know if anybody cares about this stuff, but Sophia has another speed of 3, a health of 13, sight of 4. I wrote down her melee is 63.5% and her range is 47.5%. The way I wrote that is I just took the average of their melee capabilities and the average of their rock throwing capabilities, because that was something that I could use as a baseline for all characters. I will try to remember when I introduce each character and claim them for our party. Let's see, do we want to go to this one first? We want to hit this eventually, and then if we get enough alertness, we can get Kenny today. So why don't we go ahead and hit that one first? Ah, it's not a battle. Okay. Something's in there, covered in sand. Let me see. Found a crucifix. You can give these items that you find in the desert to people. You'll find things like a cross or pocket watch, or even gold bars or necklaces. Like with roses, which I haven't mentioned yet, you can give these to certain characters in a game. Generally, necklaces would go to the women folk. I don't know who all accepts crucifix, except I know Tom does. A lot of the male characters will accept pocket watches, but Alex, the sheriff, really seems to appreciate it. He says it might have been his grandfather's. If I weren't recording, I'd probably hold on to it forever just to fill up my inventory with cool knickknacks and trinkets. But since we are recording, I will go ahead and hand over the crucifix to Tom, who we are actually on the way to go see, in fact. Something lying on the floor. Let me take it out into the sunlight. We found a pocket watch after all. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a save here. And, we'll call this day 5 pocket watch. How about that? And maybe a little dash. All right, that because this was a rare find, a very rare find. Normally you get ants, so we'll hit the park later. We're going to be short on time because we have to bounce over to the radio station, making us get to 1400, and then we have to go to Kenny's farm afterwards. And to do Kenny's missions requires 4 hours of work, not even counting the travel time.
And here is today's guest, Dr. Mill.
A new arrival to our town, and come on, you have to give me this loud, creepy music, whatever, during the radio thing. Tom is totally a cool dude. This has nothing to do with him. It's just a randomly chosen music, which I may mute afterwards too. I still haven't decided how I'm going to upload this, but I have uploaded some samples of the game, and it does get copyright stuff. Okay, let's try that again.
And here is today's guest, Dr. Mill, a new arrival to our town and here to look into the meteor crash. Dr. Mill, please introduce yourself.
I've recently arrived from New England to study the meteor, and even if I work for a university, I believe that God has a plan for everyone, and nothing happens without reason. So, I'm here to find out why, of all places, the crash happened near this lovely little town.
Welcome to our little community then. It's good to know that there are still scientists out there that spread the word of God. Next question. Do you think the meteor might be dangerous?
Our preliminary results showed signs of radiation from the meteor. I'm constantly in touch with authorities, and we blocked off the crash site for your safety. There's no final decision on what happens with it, but we need to act with utmost care. Even though there doesn't seem to be an immediate danger for the town, I would advise to pay the hospital a visit and inform yourself on preventative measures against radioactive poisoning.
Yikes, that does sound dangerous. Thank you for the warning. For our final question, how long are you planning to stay?
There's still a lot of work to do, and I don't want to rush things, so I'll probably be here for a bit.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyhow, thanks for the interview, and good luck for the future. This has been Tom Huxley for GRX4 with our new arrival in town, Dr. Mill. And now, back to our top 10 country and western.
That was pretty good. I might have convinced a few people that the threat is real. Guess we'll wait. We'll go and give him the cross. As I said, it was coincidental, we did find it. But first we'll ask him to join, he'll say no, so we can get multiple chances to see what the game's writing is like. Have you heard the rumors of the recent attacks? I'm looking for people to help me defending this town. Oh, don't worry. God holds his protecting hand over this community. Nothing bad is going to happen to his true believers. I found this crucifix near one of the salt mines. I want you to have it. What a nice gesture. Good to know that there's still some decency in this world.
Hey, what do you want here? Are you from the government?
I'm from Miskatonic University in New England. I just stopped by to say hello.
So, you're not here for the UFO?
UFO? Do you mean the meteorite?
Yeah, the meteorite.
I am, but I'm a geologist and my only interest is to find out more about that rock.
Sure, whatever you say. I don't trust you science guys. No, there's more going on here.
You're right. There is something strange going on here.
See, I knew it. Damn aliens.
I don't know if they are alien, but I've been attacked by giant ants.
Ants, Lord the Almighty. What are you gonna do?
I'm gathering a party to defend this town. You want to join our group?
Yeah, I could help you, but I don't have the time. If you could return those crates to the market, I might change my mind.
This is one of the mini games. There's a few of these, but unfortunately, I don't find them super interesting. The game choices are way more interesting to me, and that's what drew me to this. Also, I'm thankful that it introduced me to an entire, well, I don't know if franchise is the right word, I just ended up bumping it up. Because I had never heard of the It Came from the Desert game. This is, you just drive on, we'll say maybe for like 3 minutes, and if you get hit 3 times, you lose. I think you end up in the hospital and you don't complete the job. You can do this for, I think, $25 or something in the future. That is still consume 2 hours, however. For right now, this is just a recruitment mission. There wasn't much I could do about that one. Also, the optimal way, although I feel silly doing it, is to pretty much drive across the lines. This is absolutely not something you'd want to do in real life. I think I did hit 3 things there, but maybe 3 is not the life. Maybe it's 4. Anyways, I was close to death there. I'm back from the city. Here are your keys.
Back already, huh? Well, if you're so fast, how about a second tour?
Unfortunately, we don't have the time for that as we have 2 hours left.
Well, then I gotta get going. Bye.
I was going to make sure we selected the right jobs, so I might redo that segment. The patrol chance of success is determined when you wake up. However, the location and the type of event it is set in stone once you either play your answering machine for the first time or you leave the house for the first time in the day without listening to answering machine. Then if you were to go back and play it, it's already locked in place. As long as you save the game before then, you can randomly generate whichever events you want. But remember, the success or failure is determined before you even wake up. We gotta hit Kenny's farm again, but we'll hit the bar on the way so we can get some more information. I need your help, Billy. Would you be open to join our group to defend the town against the giant ants? Giant ants? Don't be silly. I think you've had enough for today. Go home and take a nap. Alright, well, my day aside, how was yours? Not so good. I had a date last night. Tom, the radio jockey, finally asked me out after all those years. I closed early and we met here at the bar, but it was really awkward. He never looked me into the eyes and seemed bored from the get-go. I wondered why he even bothered to ask me out in the first place. He didn't call today. Oh, why am I boring you with my love life? I'm sorry, it's just, normally customers don't ask me how I feel, but it's the other way around. I can see Mark sitting in the back of the bar. Maybe I can spin around to start a conversation. 1 round of Jägermeister coming up.
Cheers. People talk too much. I don't like that. I'd rather keep to myself. So, thanks for the drink. Please leave me alone now.
I like that little attempt at personality I inflict on each person. Let's hit the radio station again. Is there anything? Where is... Okay, it's all the way over there. Wow, 5 hours, huh? So, it's probably none of my business, but Billy seemed rather disappointed with your recent date.
She did? What did she say?
Well, it appeared to her that you're not really interested, and you haven't called since, so she thinks it was probably the last date.
Oh no, I really enjoyed our date. She was talking a lot, so I thought I'd rather just listen, but I can see how that might have made me look disinterested. But I just didn't call because I thought it would be polite to wait a little before asking her out again. Jesus, I'm bad at these things. People think I'm all confident talking on the radio, but in reality, I hardly ever talk to women.
I don't think he would say this, since this dude sounds like a very, very avid believer in Jesus, that he probably would not, as they say, take the Lord's name in vain. This is what I'm guessing. He does have a little bit of an interesting backstory if you manage to catch him in the bar. It's random who you find in the bar. Pay $5 to get a little more backstory. But I think he says something along the lines of he used to have a rough and rowdy life, and he found his religion, and that has changed him ever since. That is great. That is great. But I don't think he'd take the Lord's name in vain here because of how faithful he is. I have to do a show now, but I don't want to wait. Could you maybe bring her some flowers and tell her that I'll call the first thing after work? We won't have time today, but we'll hit that tomorrow. Let's go back to Kenny's. Yeah, we should be able to hit the ant on the way too. So let's go and do another drive to the city. I can't save right now, but you know what? We'll make a save anyways. We'll exit. Can I? Yeah, let's go and make a day 6 save. Yeah, I just don't like the minigames. Sometimes you get put in the position here that there's absolutely no escape from getting hit, for starters. This is fine. That little man is fine. That rock was not. I probably should have gone left. That's not what I'm talking about, where sometimes you just can't avoid getting hit. Your visibility is so low, I think it would have been far better if they just made it go from left to right. This is not the only minigame that uses these driving assets. So they do reuse it, and I still think that for all of them combined, it could still be going from left to right. Some things damage you when they definitely should not. Like a cardboard box, running over that, I mean, I guess it would depend on what's in the box. Also, the rocks are just sometimes jutting out into the streets. Or ones like in the middle of the road. It is a little ridiculous. I do think the country music is fitting for it, though. I would imagine that in Arizona, a trucker driving his farm produce or whatever they're doing, that is fitting. I'm back from the city. Here are your keys.
He might be a wisecrack, but I don't want to end up like my stepdad. I'll defend my farm and my country. I'm in. Thanks for the offer, but I don't have anything else for you to do.
We could do that for jobs or money later on. Let's go and have you do more recruitment work. We still got a fraction of the day left. That means that we can hit I guess the ants disappeared. Never mind. All right, then we'll do the bar again. Hey Billy, Tom asked me to give you these and apologize. He really enjoyed your date and wants to see you again. He promised to call you later.
He did? Oh, that's great. This made my day. What am I saying? My week, my year.
And if I may give you some advice, try to ask him some questions next time. He's rather shy, but I'm sure he'll open up with a bit of encouragement.
Of course, I just never saw him like that. But that's even more good news. I'm fed up with those overconfident machos. I'm sure Tom is a good man. Can't wait to see him again. Thank you, Dr. Mill. Thank you 1,000 times.
We can go back and buy some more roses as well and just give them to random chicks throughout the game. If we end up going to the gas station at all, I guess we will go back one more time. I should have saved again. Got a patrol, good, and talk to Mark, that's fine. This is really the only way to get Mark on your side, is continue to raise alertness and get the recruiting point. Not everybody gets an event like giving roses to the chick, to Billy. Alright, let's go ahead and make a save. Day 7. We got Kenny. We don't have access to Hank's farm yet. Let's go ahead and hit this desert over here. Ants, I don't want them to get away. Alright, so now we fight our... this guy can actually take up like 5 tiles if he just turns the other direction. Like if he turns upwards or something. So yeah, this guy's a pretty large ant. We can still beat him to death with fists though. We only see this one right here, so let's go and run over to this rock. We get a little bit of an advantage. 95%, let's go and throw it at him. Even though it's like point blank, it does marginally more average damage than the fist, so. You can see that he's now taking up all those tiles. I think I'm gonna hold off on attacking him again, just for a second. Kenny uses a pitchfork, which is a 2-handed weapon. You can see that he's only got 1 slot. However, if I hit him with the right, I call it right button, even though this is literally the right fist, or left fist here. I call it right button. If I hit him with the right button first, I can switch to the pitchfork and then stab him with it. Okay, he is out. See if any of these are rocks we can pick up. That one was not. That one looks like it is. Solid wall that way. So we started on the bottom right corner of this map. All right. No point in using both movement points, because you want your group to stay close enough together that you can defeat a large ant if you run into it. You don't get your rock back, and you can't take the rocks with you out of the map. Also, the time you spend in battle is actually time running in the real game world. That is. So if we spend, say, I don't know, if I just sit at the turn-based mode for a long time, it'll be nightfall by the time I get out. Let's go ahead and run over and grab that real quick. We're gonna brace ourselves for fighting the big ant. Turn our party to face that small ant. I was gonna move everybody down here to get those rocks anyways. Hey, the reason why I didn't finish attacking with Dr. Mill was because I wanted to... The ant will basically face whatever direction you're swinging at, so I wanted to leave myself available to keep turning the ant as necessary. I guess we'll just charge Kenny in there, though. Nice. Thank you, Kenny. I don't really know what the overall speed of the ants are. I have not measured it. Plus, I wonder how much of it would be affected by the game difficulty. However, really, it's that they don't have much detection ability. That's what you should be banking on to, instead of counting like, oh, he's got 2 movements, so I'll stay three or 4 tiles away. Now, you just hope that they don't detect you. It's kind of a, I think they call it a crapshoot. Remember that I said I'd put Dr. Mill in front? Yeah, he moved 2 tiles away from my dude and didn't even detect me, because we haven't left a stench in that direction yet. Can Kenny reach that guy? He cannot, but I should be able to beat him to death with all of my characters here, so let's go ahead and charge in. Yeah. Now, I am playing on easy difficulty mode, I get that. I might have an advantage in accuracy or less enemy hit points. I would just like to minimize how much time I spend in battle mode, but I will still go and play it for this playthrough, at least for now. Alright, everybody has a rock. There's at least 1 big ant here and 1 small ant here. Actually, ants still get bigger than that, by the way. Now, for the chicks, they are better with their fists than using the rock, but the rock is there in case I want to throw rocks at the big guy from a distance. However, for Dr. Mill, that will raise his slight damage rate, so it's not bad. That's the sound effect. So to let you know where the ants might be. It doesn't mean he found prey or anything like that. Good job, good job. Alright, I'm gonna take a hit. It's gonna hurt so much. Remember that my dude only has 15 hit points. Oh, nice. You can only carry one rock at a time. These two chicks have not yet used the rock. They were going to use it if I ended a turn, if I couldn't move the green up to the ant and then back away. Kind of like what I did with Kenny. Kenny didn't have enough movement to run up to the ant and back off. Now, I'm glad that there aren't, but I feel like given that the game gives you little rocks to pick up, that the game could have done something like gold bars and cash and bullets and stuff to pick up in the battlefield. I'm glad there aren't, because that would make the battles take even longer than they already do to optimize your fights. Just smash this head in with a rock. Okay, let's go ahead and make another save. So we'll save this one on progress. We are over here somewhere in the desert, but I think we might have time to hit the park, since there's not much else asking for our attention. Yeah, we can't still go to Hank's farm yet.
Hey, mister, come over here, please.
Hello? How can I help?
I'm Beth, and this park is dirty. I want it clean. It was clean, but look now, it makes me sad. I talked to the mayor, but she not listening. Now I have this list. Maybe that make her listen. Will you sign it, please, mister?
I don't know if she's supposed to be speaking grammatically incorrect, but she's a very, very minor character, and we'll just play it as is. Alright, sure, hand it over.
Thank you, mister. Thank you so much. This park will be tidy, and my cats will all come back.
Hey, I found a syringe near the swing. I'm hesitant to pick it up, but it looks completely new to me. Maybe I should show it to someone that has more expertise on that topic. We have a little bit of time left. Let's hit the pharmacy. So we're going back into town. Pick this option. Sophia will win the cornbread contest, so let's go ahead and do that. Hey, what's this about you eating cornbread?
Yes, I'm already in full training. This year, Kenny is going down.
How did you decide to become a champion?
Well, it's just, I love cornbread. My mom always made it on special occasions, and growing up with 3 brothers, let's just say there was some fighting over it. My only chance was to be first at the table and then eat as fast as possible.
I see. I wish you good luck then. Is there a prize?
Even better, a title. I will be crowned Corn Queen. As a reward, and this town deserves a queen after being ruled for 3 years by Sloppy King Kenny. No, I like Kenny. He's a good guy.
Hey, I found something while cleaning the park. Do you think this is still usable?
Oh, give that to me. You didn't really want to put trash in your veins, did you? Here. If you really need one, take this instead. It's new and sterile.
Alright. Did I buy it? I think I did buy a syringe before. Alright, it's fine. Alright. This syringe that she will give you is not loaded with drugs. Did we buy a syringe, or did I just talk about it? I must have just talked about it. So maybe it didn't make the final cut if I saved and loaded. Well, with this syringe in hand, we could actually just carry it with us into battle. It's kind of fitting to put it on her. You can only load syringes when you, well, buy the drugs to go with it. Did I really not buy it before? I feel like I did, but alright. I'm gonna buy the drugs. Oh, you know what? I think I did, but I loaded and then I think I did buy it, and it probably is in the final cut, but I must have forgotten to re-buy it, which it works out to my advantage because I don't really want to buy it at all. Just in case it didn't survive the final cut. I'm sorry if I'm so mixed up here. You cannot load it while it's in your backpack or your cardboard box you're carrying around. It has to be in your hand. And there you go. It says 0% when it's right there, but if you put it in your primary hand, it says 75%. Regardless, it should be a 100% chance. That's what the manual says. So even if it says 0% here, it should still hit. You only want to hit your friends, so I don't think there's going to be an accuracy penalty or anything like that for that. Alright. we still have a little bit of time left. We can hit the police station or the bar. Why don't we... We'll hit the police station in a bit. Let's go to the bar first, because we will eventually be required to go to the police station. Alright, we can see Marge. Marge is the hospital nurse. We haven't met her yet officially in the game, and even if you haven't met people, you can still get recruitment points to them. For me, that's a bit embarrassing, getting caught drinking in the middle of the day. Thanks anyway. You know, it's just that the work at the hospital is really exhausting. When I can come by the bar and talk to Billy for a bit while enjoying a beer during my break, I feel like I'm still a real person and not just a robot. See? Break time's up already. I gotta go.
Hello? I didn't mean to disturb you, but you met Beth, right? At the park? I found your signature on our petition. I check for her every evening, but she wasn't at her usual spot. Now, I wonder if you've heard or seen anything.
No, the last time I saw her was when I signed that petition. Do you think something happened to her?
Too early to say. It's not the first time she slept somewhere else, but it's usually not a good sign. If you see or hear anything, let me know, alright?
I've earned some money. I found something interesting while patrolling. I've heard Mark wants to talk to you. Could be interested in joining us, I think. I'll make a mark on your map.
Mr. Mill, I write these lines to warn you, and I write them to welcome you. There are things more important than your research that I would like to discuss with you. You can find me at the Black Goat Camp. Sincerely, P.T. Tiag.
I know you people have heard about the rumors going around, but I tell you that there is nothing to worry about. Our faith protects us. Jesus will show us the way.
Let's go ahead and redo that to the radio again. Just in case there's more dialogue. Nope, not right now. I think we have to talk to Tiag before he does the next one. Alright, I have managed to get this event to happen. If I said earlier I didn't, I did a little bit more off-screen practice. Let's see, we got the patrol, so this should immediately be Beth. Let me think. We still need to talk to Tiag. Before we do that, we need to hit the abandoned carnival. Let's confirm that we find Beth before anything happens. Examine the corpse. No doubt this is Beth's body. It's been mutilated. Those goddamn ants. I should go back to the sheriff and tell him. And that's why I said, like, we'll visit the sheriff's office in a bit. With the abandoned carnival. To the open caravan. Welcome, Dr. Mill, to my humble town. How may I be of service? You already know my name. Is that part of your stick? It should be shtick, I believe, with the S-C-H-T-I-C. Oh no. We live in a very small town. News of your arrival spread like wildfire. I take my profession very seriously. Now, do you want me to read you the cards for a small sum of $15? Before we get into that, can you tell me about this carnival? I'm sorry, I can't tell you a whole lot about it. I've come here rather recently. Long time after the carnival closed. How did you end up here then? Well, let's just say my skills weren't appreciated where I came from. There was an incident 3 years ago. What kind of incident? Have you heard of the Party House murders? No, doesn't ring a bell. Good. Without going too much into the details, I was the only survivor that day, so people tried to make me the scapegoat. They broke into my caravan, they didn't understand what they found there. And what did they find? Mostly books. One book in particular, it scared them, so I left before they could take action. The carnival seemed a good place to hide. Very few people come over here. I'm paying a few bucks to the sheriff each week, and he leaves me in peace. What's so special about that book? The book they found was Through the Lens of the Mind by Dr. Liebwerk, a study in neuroscience on the presumed ability of the human mind to open a portal or a rift to another dimension. In his work, the doctor allegedly found a way to stimulate the pineal gland, part of the human brain, to glimpse into another dimension. Do you believe that? Oh no, the doctor was sent into a mental asylum even before he was able to publish the book. Only years later, someone found his notes and composed the book from it. But he had some fascinating, though rather disturbing ideas. You must know that the book had been written in the 20s. Science has made immense progress since then. We have a completely different understanding of the human brain today than he did 60 years ago. It didn't help that the book also contained lots of occult ramblings. It scared the bejesus out of the people when they found it. Very well, let us begin. The Wheel of Fortune. It stands for a cyclical change or a new beginning. The start of a new cycle, I think. Maybe the meteor crash was a sign of some sort. A sign that brings back something that has been lost for a long time. Oh no, this is not good. The tower stands for disaster, madness, or even demon. It might be something happening in the future, or it has already begun. The Hierophant. He refers to a scholar or a scientist, someone that reveals the secrets of the moon and earth, the stars and what's beyond.
I assume it refers to your arrival here, Dr. Mill. And finally, the judgment. This can either mean the last chapter before a new beginning, a time ushering in change, or it's the end, our final days where we have to confront our deeds.
So something happened that leads to a disaster, and I'm here to bring it to an end?
Well, that's one interpretation of the cards, but it could also mean that it's you who brings the end. Even though there is a time of events in tarot, it doesn't necessarily tell us much about the cause and effect.
I see. Well, that was fun. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
We have to come here another day in order to get a special item. I don't know if that will mean that I can't do the Black Goat Camp afterwards, so we'll try postponing this for the next day. If you're seeing this right now, it means it worked. Right, what else did we need to do? We do need to see Alex, and we also need to see Mark. Let's go to... I guess we'll hit the police station first, that's fine. I'm here with bad news. I found Beth's body in the desert. I'm sure she's been killed by one of the ants. That's really bad news, but let's not jump to conclusions. Here's the map. Show me where you found her. Okay? Thanks. I'll be taking care of this now. Don't worry. Hey, while I was out there, I also found this in a mine shaft nearby. Thought you might like it. That's a fine-looking watch. Actually, it looks almost identical to my grandfather's. I might do some research. Maybe it is even his. Thanks, pal. You can find more watches even in a single playthrough. You don't need to butter up Alex because he'll automatically join you during the game. There's no recruitment points for him even. Hi, I'm looking for people to help join our group. We are investigating the events caused by the meteor crash. You mean the ants? Yes, you've already heard. Are you in? I'll help if you help first. These teenagers sprayed graffiti on my wall. Find out their names. I want to talk to their parents. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Let's go and buy another set of roses. We can just give it to a random chick throughout the area. This energy drink allows you to move an extra time. But remember, that does require a pocket slot, so you have to preemptively put it on a person. It might be good for someone like Kenny, who... let's take a look at his stats. Kenny is actually what I've labeled as the second best melee person in the game. He has movement of 2, health of 19, sight range of 3, 74% hit rate for a melee, and 57% hit rate for ranged. So, you know, we'll go and buy one for Kenny. There you go. Gotta take care of our boy. Oops, I didn't mean... Let me go find him in this and go to items. There you go, boy. Okay, we'll hit the park. Ask Kit about the teenagers. Do you know who spray painted the gas station?
Yeah, maybe. How about a 10 spot? Just a pleasure doing business with you. Easy money. Must have been Bradley Cooper. Only person in town that could hold a spray can.
I know who spray painted your wall. You're looking for a Bradley Cooper. Bradley! Ha! Should have known. Okay, I'm in. Call me if you need help. Alright, so now we can replace Kit with Mark. Mark is, let's see here. Kenny also brings you $12 a day if he is working. Mark, however, gives you $24 a day if he's working, has a speed of 2, a health of 16, sight of 4, which is normal, 64.5% chance for combined melee hit rate, and 74% for ranged hit rate. So he's not a bad range unit. He'd be good with the rocks, I suppose. He's still a better fighter than Kirsten. We'll keep her on hand. Kirsten's a better fighter than Sophia, but we'll have these both work to make money. Oh, did I have you on work all this time? Oh no, you probably got set to work when I put you back in the party. Let's make you set to recruit, and yeah, we do need to recruit for Marge. All right, let's have you both recruit, and we'll make a save on day 9. Just gotta make sure that we can do the Tiag thing.
Message 1.
Hey, it's Alex. I've brought Beth's body over to the coroner, and he agreed with your assumption to a certain extent. It has definitely been an animal attack. I'm going to talk about this with the mayor. I think we should be a little more alarmed and take this more seriously.
Some money, talk to Marge. That's good, because she's really the only character I'm worried about not getting.
Listen, people, we need to prepare. Rumors won't stop about those giant ants, and I'm inclined to believe them. Maybe it's a test of our will. Let's show God we're made of. Pray and arm yourself, Glint Rock. And listen to GRX4, the best and only radio in town.
Today also happens to be the 15th, which is the start of the Spring Festival.
This is GRX4 Radio, live from the 73rd Annual Glint Rock Spring Festival. The weather is nice and the corn dogs are tasty. You don't want to miss it. We got sweepstakes and a whole lot of great country music over here. Visit GRX4 on the GRU campus and win a t-shirt.
Go ahead and make our save, or did we already save? I think we saved already the day before. We'll make a progress save. How about that? All right, we have a few things we want to hit. We can recruit Billy, and we can probably recruit Tom. With him saying that he believes in ants probably means that his loyalty is ready to rumble. But we have a couple jobs we want to do. We're going to go there. That's about 3 hours. Then another 4. That's 7. I think it takes like 3 hours to get from here to here. That's going to be 10 hours already. So we would have about 2 hours left in the day. Then we could hit the Spring Festival afterwards. So yeah, we should be able to hit the bar right now. The characters can be missable if you unlock the 3rd chapter without recruiting them. In addition to that, or building up towards that, you can actually miss the entire Billy's date scenario if you rush chapters too early. I need your help, Billy. Would you be open to joining our group to defend the town against the giant ants? I feel like I owe you this, so count me in. A Texas woman is not running away from anything. How did you get the bar? That's a long story, but let me try to summarize. I grew up in Austin with my mom. Never met my dad. Wasn't always easy. I spent most of my time bartending in a shaky pub in Riverside. Then, one day, my mom met an Italian tourist in the park. It was love at first sight. He stayed 3 weeks longer than originally planned, but then had to go back to his restaurant in Italy. It almost broke her heart, but she stayed in contact. Almost a year later, he actually came back to visit for a whole 5 months. That was the happiest time in her life, but it had an expiration date. When it was time for him to leave, he instead proposed to her and asked her to come back to Italy with him. At first I was mad, but he really made her happy, and well, he wasn't after her money. There was none. So she said goodbye and took the plane. The next day I went to her apartment to clean out some stuff where I found a letter from Antonio. In it was a check for over $30,000. He said it wasn't fair that I had to stay behind, that I should take this opportunity to also look for a new beginning. See? Long story. Last chapter. I bought this bar in Glint Rock. Was a good deal, didn't have to invest much, and people around here drink a lot. Now I think Antonio was a blessing, not only for my mom, but also for me. Oh, and he invited me to come to Italy next year. That'll be great. I can see Hank sitting in the back of the bar. Maybe I should spin around to start a conversation. We haven't met Hank in this playthrough yet.
Yeah, you're not going to buy me with drinks. But let me tell you a story. We once had a church here in town. Nice little chapel, but even before it was finished, the designated minister died. The church sent a new one, young, ambitious fellow. He didn't connect, couldn't understand what us people here cared about. His house was empty every Sunday. Packed his stuff and left for good. 2 years later, the mayor let the building be demolished. End of story.
Actually, there is another place we have to hit. We have to hit the Black Goat Camp and stuff. We'll do the University Lab first, because I know that there is an expiration on that. But there's also an expiration on Black Goat Camp. Well, with Kenny around, we're actually doing a whole lot better. But we'll take the rock anyways, just in case. Mark starts with his own energy drink, but not a weapon or anything. He runs a gas station, not a gun store. Mark's got a rock. Kenny has rock. Sophia has rock. Because we're not done yet. Alright. This is the second largest normal ant you'll see. Then you have your super boss ant at the end of the game. Everybody in formation, this is the big one. Enemies will hear gunshots and they will start going towards an area. If I were to shoot any of the ants beforehand, it would start making the ants move towards me. 71% chance. We'll wait. Yeah, we'll wait a second. That way we can open a volley on him and then charge in. If I shoot now, he'll actually probably run up to me and bite my character. Which means I only get the 1 attack rather than 4 attacks. I have enough people where I can't actually send other people to the hospital without jeopardizing my melee ability or my random encounter ability as much. If I lost Kenny to the hospital, not permanently, but if I sent Kenny to the hospital, I would lose out for him for a day and a half or so, and that would be the biggest loss. Oh, there's 2 of them. All right. Yeah, that's fine. He didn't take his stun, so I'll be alright for this turn. Let's go ahead and take a shot right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a shot. I can shoot the antennas, but if you also destroy the head, you'll kill the thing faster. The antennas will help it keep it from detecting you, but we're already in its face right now, so... Of course. Also, you cannot melee the head. Yes, it's out of range for those, so I'd have to punch the leg. We'll just throw a rock at the head. Miss, of course. Thanks, game. %35 chance. Wasn't really expecting anything on that. I don't think it's that the head takes more damage or anything. I think it's just that if you destroy the head part, then it dies. No matter how many hit points it's got left. Let's go and back these 2 up. Alright, next up is Kenny. I can't hit the head, unfortunately, but I can hit the other legs. Yeah, destroying the head is a slightly faster way, but it doesn't have that many more hit points than it. It takes an average of destroying 3 legs before you can kill it. But since the pitchfork does so much damage, I overkilled that leg. Alright, Dr. Mill's almost dead, but remember that he heals at the end of each day. The others do not. Let's go and surround this ant. We do have the syringe, so we'll hold off on making her do her last move. That way we can run over to our doctor and help him with that. Okay. Not necessarily an easy fight there, but we managed to pull through. Let's make a progress save. Okay, we were headed to the university lab. That's right. Mr. Mills, good you're here. My lab assistant has reported sick and I have so much work to do. I hope you would help me testing a few experiment samples over the next few days. And as a sign of gratitude, I'll pay you $10. No, even $20 for your help. How does that sound? Oh, sure. Let's talk about it. Great. Now, you should already know this, but I'm going to explain it to you anyway. I put up 5 samples. Right below those samples, you see the indicator with the desired test result colors. You add a few drops of the 3 substrates to each sample and put them in the centrifuge. Turn it on, wait a few seconds, you will get the result of the reaction. Remove the samples from the centrifuge. If necessary, add more substrate to match the desired color. But be careful, if you put too much or the wrong substrate in a sample, it will spoil and ruin the whole test run. Generally, if you see something that's a flat pan, it's going to require 3, but you can always go under. But if you go over, it's you fail the mission. We put 2 for these, blue and green, and it capped, meaning that was successful. This blue, which looks very close to that to me. In fact, it looks more vibrant than this one. Well, I put 2 drops in this one and it didn't finish. So we're going to put another one in there. Right click to cancel, so that way you don't put another one in. This one I put blue and green in earlier. I am going to assume we can at least go blue, and then next one I'll go green after that. This one's very similar. We'll start with a blue and then we'll make it a red after. Might be red now. No, blue now. It should be fine to put a red in, but I'm just going to play it carefully for the recording purposes. Okay, we wanted a red in that. Put a green in it, and we still need a blue in this one. There we go.
The last run looks good. Here is your money. Come back tomorrow for the next run.
Do you need any help for the festival?
You have time at your hands. Interesting. You could drive over to Kenny to get the decoration for the festival, and go visit Alloy Ranch and ask Maria if the cornbread will be ready for the contest.
Alright, let's go and make another save since we beat that minigame. We'll see if the festival itself lasts for more than a day. I don't know if it ever ends, but we'll try the carnival and the black goat camp, because I know there's definite time limit for that. There's something stuck to the trail door. Let me see. Tarot card. The Hierophant, and someone has written Zo Kalar on the back of the card. This is how you get the secret ending, I guess, but we're not going to go with that at the time. Let's go ahead and hit the black goat camp next. Knock at the door.
Welcome, Dr. Mill. I presume you've received my note then. Apologies in advance for the serious tone, but it's a serious business I wanted to talk with you about.
Okay, I'm here. What's your warning?
Straight to the point. I like that. It has come to my ears that you had an encounter with the local wildlife. An unpleasant one, from my understanding. You killed this animal, didn't you?
It attacked me. I had to defend myself.
So this was a one-time event, and you are not gathering a hunting party to kill more of these animals.
I just try to help. I'm sure you know we are not talking about some harmless stray dogs here. I will defend this town, and if I have to, then I'll kill more of them.
That would be most unfortunate. Every animal is sacred to the All-Mother. It is our community's duty to protect the defenseless from the violence of humankind.
Are you threatening me?
I just wanted to ask you to consider the alleged threat from a different angle. Maybe these ants are no threat at all, but a sign of hope and fertility.
Why are you here?
You mean here in Glint Rock? How do I phrase that? You are a scientist. Am I correct in my assumption that you are not a very spiritual person?
Not so much, but I try to stay open-minded.
That is good to hear. You know our community was formed in times before the white man settled on these lands. We hold dear to our heritage and our traditions.
You don't look so Native American to me, if that's what you're getting at. You look more like a hippie.
One tradition that has been passed on for generations is the prophecy that led us here. Once every 1,000 years, a pilgrim comes to these hills. His spirit channels the word of our All-Mother, unspoken but powerful. He bends reality for just a fraction of a second, a flap of a butterfly's wing, if you so will, and causes a series of events that will not only change this town, but the world, the moon, and the stars. The age of fertility, prosperity, and harmony, where we all become one with nature in our worship of the black goat.
Alright, we're going to make a save here, and we're going to call this Day 9 Secret Ending? Oh, can't. Okay, we're going to call this Day 9 Black Goat. I didn't have enough characters to type in. Okay. We'll do this at the end of the episode, where we can unveil the bonus content, but for right now, we're just going to go and leave the camp. Well, actually, no, we can still do this. Yeah, it doesn't lock us in yet, but it would if we continue down this line. We can still do this one. I've been to the fortune teller and she left me this card. The back reads Zo Kalar, if I'm not mistaken. Does this ring any bells? Later on, this camp will attack you, and once they attack you, you can't continue this conversation. So that's why I wanted to bring the card here. However, even if you don't ever talk to the camp, they will still eventually attack you, even if you aren't recruiting any more people. It's just part of the game.
Did she just leave the card, or did she read the cards for you?
She read the cards, and this was one of them. Why are you asking?
The Hierophant. She thought this refers to you, didn't she?
She said something like that, yeah.
I need to check something. Come back at night. We need to talk.
We wait until night, then we're going to follow the music, but we aren't going to drink. That I would believe is committing to this path. I followed the music to some kind of ceremony behind the camp. Cheerful people are dancing around a fire to the mesmerizing beat of a drum. The air is rich with the scent of grass and wood and brings back childhood memories to this isolated patch of green.
Ah, there you are. Welcome to our harvest celebration. You are our special guest tonight. I've conversed with the elders, and we agreed that you are a blessing to our cause, one that was foretold millennia ago. Yes, I know this is hard to believe, and I don't expect you to, but if you are willing to keep an open mind about it, let me show you something. This is Cassina, a mildly intoxicating tea after an old recipe that was passed on for generations. It's completely harmless, but it will clear your mind and make you more perceptive of your surroundings. We drink it when we are in a state of confusion or lost our connection to the All-Mother.
I'm not going to drink anything. Who knows what you crazy people put in there?
I'm very sad to hear that we misjudged you. You better leave now.
Actually, let's check the radio real quick.
Today we have a special guest on our show. I'm sure everyone has heard of him, but why don't you introduce yourself? I greet you listeners. My name is Patrick Thomas Tiag. I'm the head of our peaceful little community in the hills right next to this station. Mr. Tiag, some of the locals are worried about what your people are doing in our town. There are rumors about gatherings at night, ceremonies with music and fire. Yes, I heard those rumors and they saddened me. We're not hurting anyone with our beliefs, and a bit of dance and music and celebration at a remote location. Is there really any harm done? Your belief is not ours, so what exactly do you celebrate late at night? I understand your concern. I know we are still regarded as aliens by many, but we just cherish nature and our beautiful world that we live in. You mean God's world, the one He created. There you heard it. Thank you, Mr. Chong, for the interview. I hope you and your community will soon adapt to our neighborhood.
There's a lot of stuff that we need to take care of, and we still don't have enough time for it all. Let's go and take care of the festival stuff first. If it hasn't expired, good. I was worried that we couldn't do it. Remember that the festival started on the 15th, and we are on the 16th now. Professor Lee sent me to get a status update on the cornbread, and if it'll be ready in time for the contest.
Oh, that old nagger again. Yes, it'll be ready. It was ready every year since they came up with that stupid idea to move the Harvest Festival to spring.
They moved the festival?
Of course, cornbread in spring? I have to use frozen corn, it's a shame. We used to do the festival in late September. But then our mayor decided it would be better for tourism to move it to spring. The townspeople were not happy, I can tell you. But it's been that way for 8 years now, and they just kind of accepted it.
If we offer to help, he'll now say,
I have some more stuff that needs to be delivered. I can give you $25 if you drive my truck to the city.
nah, we're okay right now. I want to spend the 2 hours. Professor Lee sent me to pick up the decoration for the festival.
Nice of you to help him. He's grumpy that Alice made him lead the organization. Good if he gets some help. Here you go.
I have a little trouble fitting it in there. It is actually 2x3, but I'm not sure which of these tiles it's supposed to be on. Okay, so apparently okay, so when you click and grab it, it hovers it to the center, but it is technically the top left icon for it. Okay, now I know. And we'll probably never spin that, so I think we might be able to sell it for like $1 or something. Actually, before we end that, let's go and take a look at the item. This box contains all kinds of decoration for the Spring Festival. While we're at it, let's also take a look at Billy, who also joined our party. We have to, well, we don't actually, yeah, we do, if we want to take a look at her item. She comes equipped with a shotgun, the only shotgun in the game, and it will require these to load it. That does 16 to 20 damage, and of course, as Billy's property, you can never take it away from her. I get it. She also packs deodorant, along with Tom, since they are dating. I guess they are worried about that. So if I want to give her something else to carry, I'm going to have to make her consume the deodorant in battle. As for Billy's stats, she gives you $18 a day if she works for wages, moves the speed of 2 to 4, which is normal, not fast. The manual describes it as normal. She has a health of 13, a sight of 4, which again is normal, a melee chance of 72% with fists, and a range chance of 84.5% with rocks. She's a very good ranged soldier, but you do have to buy bullets for her. Still, for dealing with those giant ants, you don't really, I mean, she's definitely a go-to gal for that kind of thing. So since we are seeing those giant ants, maybe we'll put her in our main party. Put Billy, Mark, and Kenny in that order, I think. Recruit. Mark gets $24. It is less than Sophia by $1. So if I can remember, I'll swap Mark out for Sophia in the morning. I guess we hit the university lab next. Did I not have a patrol that was this day? Or maybe it disappeared already. Let's try the university lab next. But first, drop off the decorations.
Thank you, Mr. Dr. Mill. Greatly appreciated. I hope to see you at the festival then.
You can actually start spinning it and put the pipes in after while it's spinning, because the game doesn't check for that. Maybe it's a little more red. Now, I don't do this too often. During my rehearsal, I just didn't want to bother with it. But as far as I know, it doesn't ever require uneven amounts of red and green to make your ultimate brown or any of the combined colors. It's going to require... You just have to remember which one you've put in if you're going to do it separately. So if you were playing, I would probably just put in your red and green at the same time instead of trying one at a time. Do remember, going over is too much. You'll lose the event. Alright, and let's go and hit the Spring Festival. We got money, right? Yeah, we have $165. And we just got paid, so yeah, we'd have enough money for the Spring Festival. Welcome to the 73rd Annual Glint Rock Spring Festival. Today is the day you all have been waiting for. We are crowning our new corn queen, or king. As it is tradition, our contestants have to win by eating cornbread. Whoever finishes his bread first takes the title. So what do you think? Should we get this party started? 3, 2, 1, eat! The contestants on the stage start stuffing the bread in their mouths. After just a few minutes, the first plate is emptied. It looks like we have a winner! Sophia finally beat Kenny to the punch. Congratulations to our new corn queen. Do you want to say a few words to the crowd? Yes, thank you all. And I want to thank my mom, who always cooked for me and my brothers, and Kenny, who motivated me to give everything. I love you, Kenny. Better luck next year.
You beat me fair and square, but don't get used to it. I'll start training for next year tomorrow morning.
Oh, look at those two. That's real sportsmanship. Thank you all for coming, and enjoy the rest of the festivities. Spring Festival 88. Congratulate the winner. You did it, Sophia. Or should I call you Corn Queen from now on? Oh, Dr. Mill, that was great. Finally got the title, now I can quit. To be frank, a year without cornbread doesn't sound so bad right now. This is a waste of money, but we're doing it for the text anyways. Buy a corn dog. It's very greasy, but I guess that's how people like it around here. I feel a bit sick now. Let's get another one. No way I'm going to eat another today, or any day after. We plan on hitting the radio station once an event or mini game happens. So what else we got? We can do Hank's Farm. That's really far out there, and this will be the last thing we do today. We'll make a save for day 10. Game flickered there. Come on, I'm hitting close. Alright, this is the random event. You can take like 3 hits and then you're dead, or 3 hits and then the last one is death. Whichever one, you only get a few hits, and you cannot move left or right in this one as opposed to the truck game. You just need to brake and accelerate. That's all it is. And this will happen until you reach chapter 3. Or until you deal with these guys, I suppose. Now, even if you're doing it like I'm doing, you can still get hit occasionally, but it's not that big a deal, because if you're doing it consistently, he's unlikely to hit you all the times you need to lose. Once you start outpacing him, like he breaks away, you don't have to keep worrying about slowing down even if he's behind you. Okay, that looks like he's picked up speed, so that's probably the end of the minigame right there.
Hey, get off my property.
Hello, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Hendrik Mill, and new in town.
I don't care if you're the Pope's lost cousin. Get off my ground or I'll call the sheriff.
That's why I say before entering. Marge is willing to join our party. We haven't even met Marge yet. Okay, first up, we're going to go to the police station and report about the car, but we'll also talk about Hank. It's two birds, one stone. This is not acceptable. How can you guarantee the safety for my festival? If there's only one monster ant crawling around, I'm done.
First of all, we still don't have proof that these giant ants exist. Besides, I've ordered Officer Meyer over to the campus to support their security forces. Everything's under control. I'll continue my own investigations if I come to the conclusion there's even just a kernel of truth in the rumors, and we come up with a plan to contain the situation.
I don't like this, Alex. If this backfires, I'm going to take you down with me. Oh, Dr. Mill. I didn't see you coming in. You overheard our conversation, didn't you?
I heard that you still don't believe me.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I just have to be completely sure. I can't just outright acknowledge such a thing. That would cause panic and uproar. The people are already anxious and might not show up to the spring festival. Also, I have to trust in our law enforcement. The sheriff has authority in these things, but if there are any news regarding the issue, please come directly to me.
Hey, what's up with that farmer in the southeast of town? He threatened to call you if I step on his ground. Ah, so you met Hank. He's a cranky fella, always out to start a fight. But don't worry, I'll have a talk with him. Just be polite and try to sound less, I don't know, educated.
Sheriff, I need to talk to you. I've been driving down the road minding my own business when suddenly a bus started to overtake me and rammed my car.
Are you sure he did that on purpose? Sometimes people fall asleep behind the wheel and accidents happen.
No, he tried it multiple times, and I think I know who it was. I've seen that bus before at the Black Boat Camp. Their leader, that guy with the beard, he threatened me.
Those damn hippies. They're under observation by the FBI, so my hands are tied unless we get some solid evidence. If you can find some dirt on them, I'm sure the mayor would be more than happy to chase them from her town. Bring it directly to her, and she'll talk to the feds.
Alright, we'll do the gas station on the way, as it starts to become nightfall. I think we... radio station next? Oh, that's from hiring Marge, which we still haven't officially met. Okay, I was wondering what that might have been.
Double kill!
I see the ant around there, but we're just gonna follow the leader, because his bed is magical. I think it was out of range already. When I pick up the rock, I think I have to walk back on it. I might have had a chance to hit him. Apparently he doesn't want to pick up the rock because I was already on it when I threw the rock. Fine game, whatever. You sure you won't let me pick that up? Fine game. There was another ant over here. I'm assuming it didn't run all the way down there. Before we tackle that one, though, our stench might be followed like this one did, so we're gonna chase this one first, even if it is a little bit further. Thought it was down here. Maybe I was misguided. Okay, I don't see anybody. Just in case, let's have Mark check the corner. Okay, he ran off in that direction. Okay, here goes nothing. Take the shot. 61% chance to hit the head. Nice. Okay, I didn't know there were just one ant. I thought there were 2 ants left. Just so you know, I am clicking to get through it. It's just the bar moves really slowly after the first click. Okay, where were we headed? I guess we're headed to the radio station. Sure, let's wait for the show to end. Let's see here. We'll ask to join in a minute. I think that we'll accept him. Can we make a save on progress? Yeah, just in case. And also, if I load her gun right now, that will lose the 1 round. There's no separate 1x round inventory slot. Though, if the developers listening, I think that would be nice. However, that being said, it doesn't actually require even a turn to load up your gun, as far as I remember. Alright. Tom, what do you know about the Black Goat Camp? They worship the devil, I tell you. Their leader, that Chow guy, he's a madman. Yeah, he attempted to murder me. We need to do something about them. I tried to talk the mayor into throwing them out, but she said she can't do that. Alex told me the FBI has interest in the camp. If you'd have an idea where I could find evidence, I would gladly help. They do their crazy rituals at night. I don't believe for a second that there's only song and dance. Here, take my camera. Maybe we can do some recording. Brand new camcorder with tape in it. Have you heard the rumors of the recent attacks? I'm looking for people to help me defend this town. Yes, and they have me worried. I guess you've proven your faith and competence. I'll help you where I can. Once we get near 8, we'll go ahead and do that. Have we done the university lab for today? Personally, I don't think you should be able to have to click. It should just go automatically when you press this button. But whatever. Okay, so I put 2 drops of blue in each one, but this one definitely looks different. Or did I? I thought I did. Oh, that one's not finished yet. Okay, let's take a look at our new teammate. Tom makes $32 a day. He has movement of 2, health of 15, sight range is low at 3. He's got a combined fist hit range or hit chance of 88%, which is the highest in the game. Even Dr. Hendrik Mill has a 76.5% chance to hit things. However, Tom has a 64.5% chance to hit things with a rock, which is poor. Let's go ahead and reorganize our party. I'm going to put Tom in front, then Kenny. When I was moving them around in battle, I felt like 4 should be the ranged unit. We've got 2 powerful melee units. What makes Tom so good at melee? He starts with a baseball bat, or when I say start, he has. You can't remember. You can't change it out, even if I had something else to put in there, which wouldn't be a camcorder. He's got his deodorant, which we may give him an energy drink or something later if we drop by the gas station again, which probably won't do. But yeah, 14 to 22 damage. Remember that we can still hit with the hand if we use it before the bat. If we use the bat, then both hands get put on a cooldown timer. Alright, let's go and make another progress save. Guess the gas station's up next. Well, no, we do still need to do the Black Goat Camp. Let's just go and do. I mean, I keep saying gas station. It's gun shop. Let's do the gun shop because we can buy things now and maybe we have to go to it later. That was what I was afraid of, was that we have to do this mini game again, but that's okay. As long as I don't do it too often, I think is fine. Only because I find this mini game boring. He didn't technically touch my hitbox, but alright, game. As soon as he probably moves, it probably counts as a hit. I'm not that worried about it. Alright, he's out. You can tell because of the sudden shift in speed. Browse the store, we'll buy the gun and one of each. Alright, we don't have enough money to buy a knife on top of it, so we do still need to be making money. To that effect, Tom gives me $32. We're going to go ahead and take these two out and replace them with Sophia and Mark. They'll give me the highest wages outside the two other people we have not yet recruited, so that'll get us a little more money for the next time we visit the gun store. Also, is she using... She's still got the syringe. Let's go and take that and the knife for now. Going to convince Josh to join. I'm looking for able people to form a militia. Militia? I don't know if we're on the same page here, Doctor. What do you need a militia for? Okay, I know this sounds crazy, but I've been attacked by giant ants. I suspect the meteor, which is radioactive, by the way, has something to do with it. I just want to be prepared. I'm not convinced the authorities will be of much help. What a surprise. Who needs the officials anyway? Okay, you know what? Drive with me to the meteor, and if I see any ants, I'm going to join you. Alright, the reason why I'm going to lose this event... Well, maybe I should win it once. Let me think here. Alright, you know what? We'll win it, and then I'll load the save. Just so you can see the dialogue. And so you'll see what the full minigame is like. You get 25 bullets per magazine. You can right-click any time to reload your gun. It's 5 bullets to take down the small ants. Something like 15 to take down the big ants. I gave him quite the lead on me, which is not good, because I might lose anyways now that I'm trying. The reason why I want to lose is because that'll get me Marge and show you another minigame. The reason why I want to win is so I can show you dialogue. So I'll do both, since I can just save and load. You don't have to fire the whole time. I just do it because it looks more interesting. Oh, and I'm not controlling the truck, by the way. It's random. It doesn't really matter too much where I'm going, other than the line of shot. If the ants reach your truck, the truck flips over and you go to the hospital. Even if the ants aren't in screen, you can still hit them with bullets. So if you want to, you could just spray bullets down range and hope to hit somebody. But you don't have to defeat all ants to proceed, you just have to survive long enough. I feel like all of the minigames are just a little too long. If they would cut it down by like 2/3, cut out 2/3 of it, I mean, it would be way more palatable. Okay, you were not kidding around. These beasts are enormous. Yes, as I said, we need to do something about them before it's too late. We want to load here. And then he's already joined our party, by the way, which we'll go and talk about his stats. Josh starts with a gun. This is his personal property. And so are these bullets. That's about it. Oh, wait. And Josh gives you $29 as wages. He has a movement of 2, health of 15, psych range of 3. He's got an okay melee hit rate of 69.5% chance and a good ranged hit chance of 83%. Let's go and load, and this time we'll lose that minigame. That means I have to do the driving thing over again. This time we're going to lose. Oh no, the ants! Well, I mean, remember that you're only trying to drive him to the meteor site. All he wanted to do is see if these ants were real. So I like that the game accepts that, is that even if we lose the minigame, that Josh's internal reasoning is still valid. Wake up, Dr. Hill. I think we didn't have the pleasure yet. I'm Marge, and I'm sorry we meet under these circumstances. What happened? You had an accident. Someone dropped you off at the hospital. You're going to be alright, but you need some time to heal, just to be sure, you know? How long? The doctor said you should stay at least 2 days, and if nothing comes up, you're free to leave then. If you stay for 2 days, 2 days actually passes, you get 2 days worth of messages, assuming that you've assigned people to jobs you want. Doesn't look like you can change your jobs at this time. However, the minigame I want to show you is escaping. Now, there is a small trick to the game, which may get patched, who knows. If you click and use WASD at the same time, your character will try to go to that spot you clicked and move faster. So it's both using mouse and keyboard. So what this is just clicking once. This is clicking and pressing A at the same time. There, right there. Yeah, it's just a little bit faster. If you want to hide, you just click on the bed, and whenever you click out, your character will emerge from the side of the bed they popped in on. This is how you hide from the nurses. Also, your guy still keeps trying to go to that spot that you clicked, which could mean that your character is running to a spot you no longer wish to go to, or that he's refusing to accept commands. The hospital is not randomly generated or anything. Also, if you go up to the people, they'll scream like this, which could be a great distraction if you wanted. The nurses do not typically go in the side rooms. I'm not sure if there's a time limit because I went AFK in a side room near the stairs, actually, and then when I came back, I was caught. If anybody catches you, you then have to stay for those 2 days. The reason I mentioned you pop out exactly where you were is that the nurse is not able to see me if I pop back out of the bed. But we'll just take it easy or take it safe, because I really don't want to do all the mini games over again. Now, following a nurse is not that great because typically they're where you want to head and backtrack. But because I'm using the double speed movement, I can move in before they turn around. Because they pretty much do a 2-point patrol. The wheelchair makes you faster, and that's from the original game. However, one thing that I don't think is part of the original game is that there's 2, what do you call them, safeties or something? Orderlies, that's right. There's 2 orderlies at the... See, the reason why he stopped moving is because he's trying to stay where I clicked. There's 2 orderlies at the entrance. So I'm not clicking now. This would allow... because I don't want to end up stopping, but I also wanted to show you that you could get past them. Okay, let's go and make our save here. This is going to be day 11. Check our messages. We're going to get tons of cash. All right, and then we need to set our party. So it's going to be Tom, Kenny, and Billy, just in case. You would do patrol if you wanted to find more things around the map, which wouldn't be bad. Yeah, we won't do that. But we're already almost max alertness just from walking from place to place. But we can still find more mines, which is what I'm hoping to get. We have not taken care of the Black Goat Camp yet, so we'll do that tonight. We do this for Marge. Why is there a second exclamation point then? Oh, because we lost the gun shop one, let's go ahead and head there now. Technically, Josh is already part of our party because he's a man of his word, apparently. But we can get some closure here.
You're back. Good lord, those monsters killed my truck. I'm glad you survived, but my car will be at the repair shop for quite some time. I'm glad we're fighting back. This is personal now.
Where did you come from?
Okay, I'll tell you if you promise to keep it to yourself.
Promise.
I ran away from home. Okay, that sounds a bit overdramatic. It was 4 years ago. I wasn't a kid or anything. But you need to know that my parents are what you would call high society, and my father's a hardcore traditionalist. I was supposed to take over a family business, and I didn't see any other option to avoid that fate. So I took a few bucks, really just the absolute minimum to start a new life, and somehow ended up in Glint Rock. I guess it was the landscape that drew me here, and the quietness. Or maybe the sheriff that didn't ask too many questions when I bought the old cabin here and opened the shop.
You regret coming here?
I don't know. Just for myself? Hell no, I've dodged a bullet. Imagine, me as a CEO in a suit. I've cut my parents off completely, but I couldn't do that to my little sis. I had no idea that she felt the same way about our home, and when I left, she followed soon after. But she's younger and, well, naive doesn't exactly describe it. Let's just say she has a way harder time to stand on her own feet than I do. I'm sending her some money whenever I can afford it. I feel responsible for her. She would have never left home if I stayed. Sometimes I wish I did.
Really think she would have been happier that way?
Probably not, but safe, and that's important to me.
Yeah, I hadn't restocked anything yet, but we will go and buy we can buy both. Let's see here. Let's take a look at my items. Let's go and pack that. We'll go and I think we will go and make her spend her deodorant. It is a waste, but I don't really see myself ever doing that in battle, especially since I'm traveling in a pack. I'm not going to pack 4 deodorants. And I think it only lasts for that one turn, so you have to use it at the beginning of your turn. So we'll go and spend it, and then I can give her another stack of shells to reload in battle. Alright, now let's go see Hank. Thinking if I could get into a random battle. We'll hit the hospital on the way just for dialogue. There's nobody there that's going to talk to us, but still. I should come back when any of my active party members get injured to heal them back up.
You again. Alex told me I should listen to you. So what do you have to say?
I just wanted to say hello. I'm a geologist and I'm here for the meteor.
A meteor, so that's the story now. How many meteors paint a bright green streak on the night sky?
It's unusual, I have to admit, but that's why I'm here, to find out more about it. Let's go and change our party to melee units, though it really should be fine. It's fine, I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, because I went to menu, this is the same thing as leaving the map and coming back. Because I went to the menu, he's doing his intro dialogue, not intro as in like the first time you meet him, but just as you enter the area. So this is another way besides leaving the map.
It's you again. I heard you won over Sophia for your cause. I hope you don't overburden her. She needs to run the pharmacy for me.
You own the pharmacy?
I had a few good years and wanted to diversify. There's always the risk of a bad harvest, you know? So I bought the old hair salon and remodeled it. Sophia's doing a good job, but earnings still don't meet my expectations. Maybe Glint Rock is just too remote for running a business.
Did you have any incidents with the wildlife recently?
Yeah, those damn coyotes were digging in my fields last night, hunting rabbits and whatnot.
Do you mind if I take a look myself?
You want to take a look at dirt piles? Crazy scientists. Be my guest. Just make sure to shoot if you run into one of those.
The reason why I felt I could change Billy for another melee unit was because I knew it was just going to be easy ants. But because it's easy ants, I don't actually need to worry that much. Alright, town is at max alertness. I wonder if I can still patrol. Those weren't coyotes digging up your fields, but ants.
Ants? What are you talking about? You've seen the piles. They are way too big.
Those weren't normal ants, but about 3 feet tall ones. They attacked me and I shot them all down. If you don't believe me, I'll show their bodies to you. Here they are.
Ugh, disgusting. Well, I guess you're right. This doesn't have anything to do with the quote-unquote meteor.
That's what I'm trying to find out here. Be careful, these things can really bite. How about you join our party to get rid of these things? The sheriff won't help you, that's for sure.
I've heard these things are getting bigger. Might not be such a bad idea to stick together. I'm in.
Let's go and take a look at Hank. Hank doesn't have any special items on him, but he's packing some bandages. He makes $14 a day. Speed of 2, health of 14, sight of 3. He has a good melee percent chance of 69.5%, and he has a good range chance of 76%. For my melee damage, I actually classify him as or the game manual says that he has very high melee damage. I don't know what that exactly means because the description here still shows the same numbers as for everybody else. But maybe it just means that he has a higher chance of landing on the higher ends. Maybe like it rolls twice and picks the higher dice. I don't know. So I don't know what the manual means when it says that. Billy back in case we get jumped by those giant ants. Alright, where to next? I guess Marge. Go give roses to Maria, the elderly lady.
Are these for me? Oh, they are beautiful. Let me get a vase. I'll be right back. You want to come in?
Sure. How could I decline when asked by such a pretty lady?
Oh, you silver-tongued devil. Get inside already. I'm not getting any younger.
1 hour later.
That was really pleasant. Having to take care of everything around here sometimes makes you forget about the nice things in life. Thank you for reminding me, Hendrik. Take care.
I've edited the first hour of the game so far, and maybe it was a typo that she called him Dr. Hill at one time.
Oh, hello again, Dr. Hendrik. I've heard you met my daughter, Marge.
Marge, she's the nurse at the hospital, right?
Yes, and she told me you've been a little naughty escaping the hospital before recovering. That's not good for people our age, believe me.
If you don't escape, she does have different dialogue for that.
Anyway, Marge is coming over tomorrow. I'm making her a favorite casserole, but it's always too much. So if you're free, we would enjoy your company.
I don't know if it will affect things if I take Marge now. So why don't we go and make a progress save, and we'll come back to this later. So we'll come back tomorrow to do the dinner, which is achievement related, by the way. I think we do the black goat next. The gate is closed and I can't see anyone around. They probably left for the time being. I'm going to record the ritual. We can only do this at night. So if we came earlier in the day, we'd have to do the wait until night button. The commune members arrived shortly after midnight. They assembled around the strange statue and started dancing and chanting. One of the members played a horrible sounding flute and another a monotonous beat on his drums. Other than that, the ritual seemed overall harmless, but a few members were naked and everything seemed kind of bizarre. Could be enough to convince the mayor and FBI. I'll go home now. Patrolling, got 2 patrol spots, good.
People, I have to tell you something. This town is not safe anymore. We're getting swarmed by giant ants. No, this is no prank. I've seen them with my own eyes. God is testing us and we must prevail. I have joined Dr. Mill in an effort to defend the town, and you should too.
Again, I assume that this would raise people's recruitment rates. It's not just town alertness, because talking to the radio station the first time doesn't raise alertness, but does make it easy to recruit Kenny. I don't think it's necessarily just an alertness meter. I think there's more factors in that. But overall, it shouldn't be difficult to recruit people. I just pointing it out that there's other variables involved. We're going to make a day 12 save here. All right, since we have max alertness and we enter the police station at this time, we begin pretty much the next phase of things, and I don't want to do that. We definitely want to hit the mayor, but before that, let's do both of these deserts. Okay, that one's just a battle, which I don't care for. So in fact, we're gonna exit out. I'm not gonna even worry about that. Oh, we can flee? I've never tried that. Okay, and why is there a second one now? Maybe that's because we can do the dinner. Let's hit this one next. Nothing but dust and cobwebs. We should leave. Oh, okay. You know what? No, we're gonna go ahead and load. So I wanted to find another mine so that I can show you those other items in the game. Let's see if any of these are it. Make another save. Overwrite the previous day 12. Yes, this is another mine. And something glistening. Gold bar. Gold rush. Find gold in the mountains. Shiny little gold bar. This will be worth quite a bit. This is probably another ant. Well, we'll hit it on the way back, I suppose. Now, let's try it now. Yeah, it's ant. I don't actually need to fight any ants, so what we're going to do is... Okay, ant's close. Maybe it's because I see them. Let's try backing away. Flee. Alright. Knock at the door.
There you are. Come in. Marge, Lukey's here. Dr. Mill, you look great. Seems like you recovered well. I've heard you helped my mom on the farm?
Oh, it was nothing. I just happened to be around.
It's not getting any easier for her to run the farm with age. I'm glad if people come by and have a look if everything's alright. It stresses me out that I have to work so much and can't be more around. Marjorie, I'm sitting right next to you and I'm not getting old. I told you 1,000 times that everything is fine and you should stop worrying. Mom, please, you needed his help. Everyone needs help from time to time, and I'm more than capable of asking. I'm sorry, where are my manners? Do you want some more casserole or some dessert?
I can't save here, but that's alright. Casserole is for the achievement.
Here you go, sweetheart. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to make the dishes. Oh, I'm getting late. I need to get back to work. It was nice meeting you, good Dr. Mill. You can come by anytime you want.
Of course, there's still this, even though she's about to leave.
Hello again. I'm just about to leave for work. What can I do for you?
We need to talk. The meteor that crashed right behind your mom's ranch is radioactive. It mutated the wildlife, and I'm afraid your mom might be in danger. I need your help to keep everyone safe in this town.
Oh, great. I was already worried about the rumors I heard at the hospital. Now you tell me my mom's in danger. Okay, I'll try to switch to night shift and help you during the day as much as I can.
That's 1, 2... Yeah, we are only missing 2 people that we get in the next chapter. So we have all of the possible recruits up to this point. We found a watch. We did found a crucifix. We did not find a necklace. So those are the only things left to find. And how many days we got left? We have 17 days left before the end of the game. So we're actually on a fast track. Guess we head to the mayor's office next. I don't think there's much else for us to do. I guess we do the university lab and get a little bit more cash again. Lab is done. Just edited that segment out. We're gonna hit the gun shop? No, I was gonna say it's almost time for the next day. It's fine. We'll do the mayor's office and get rid of the bus. Here, you can see the ritual site at Black Goat Camp. I recorded this around midnight.
Good lord! Are these people naked? And what is this blasphemous music?
That's it. I've seen enough. I'm gonna put an end to this once and for all. Thank you, Dr. Mill. This tape is a godsend. Government snitch. Show the videotape to the mayor. We got all 3 lined up over here. Let's check them out. It's a mine. Glistening gold. That's not what I wanted. I want to show the other items. Okay, necklace. A beautiful piece of jewelry. This will make the perfect gift. Hey, I see something under the dirt. And this is a trinket. A silver cross with a small gemstone. I can sell this. It looks like the contents of the mine are randomly generated when you arrive. You can save your progress. It's actually day 13 still. I probably should do subtraction with that, but I don't remember how many days we had. 29 maybe. Anyways, once you've spawned these things, you can save before entering them, and then the loot will be randomized. So let's just visit a couple places and try offering these items to everybody, just to see what dialogue might exist. Let's give the necklace to Marge. So I'll make this short. I found this necklace and thought you might like it.
Oh, it's beautiful. My grandma used to wear one like this. Thank you very much.
Oh, we'll probably give her the necklace then. So load. Here, we read the necklace. Kenny, you want anything? Necklaces. Well, we knew the necklace is probably for the chicks. I'm just trying to think, is there anybody that wants to trinket? But probably not. University lab, abandoned carnival. I don't think I can give her anything. Let's go and load. We can try to give the necklace to the mirror, but she'll actually refuse it. I'm here because I found this necklace and thought you might like it. That's a fine looking necklace, but I'm afraid I can't accept that. It wouldn't look good if someone asked where I got it from. And we should still have it. Yeah. It says leave the office, and while you can select it, the secretary quickly interjects before you can click it. Anyway, and even if you click it, you only get this message, so it's just a bugged menu. Unfortunately, the mayor is out of the office right now. You can leave her a message if you want. Not right now, but thank you. You're very welcome. She's very busy with the festival and all, but maybe you can catch her later. Let's see, we hit the bar. Hi, Billy. I thought you might like this necklace I found.
Oh, but I can't accept that, can I? But it's so pretty.
Okay, I'll take it. Did you get one on the house? So we'll actually give the necklace over to Marge, because it might be her grandmother's. The maximized gameplay would be to just sell off the necklace, but that's fine. I'd rather hand it over to what might be the proper owner. I'll hit the gun shop, and we'll start Chapter 3 on the next game day. Best moneymakers that we currently have are Josh and Sophia. Sell this for $55. Sell this for $90. A lot of cash. I'll buy up all of these and spend the rest that I can on bullets. These, since this is 4 bullets for $50. Sorry, let me hover over that. 4 bullets for $50. That's $12.50 for each bullet. And since this is $35 to buy, not to sell, that'd be $17.50 per bullet. We can afford almost all of the bullets. Major money, and we'll make another save for the next day.
Oh, good lord, you're here. I need help. The telephone won't stop ringing, and I can't reach Alex via the radio. I'm Jenny, the deputy here, but unofficially I'm still in training.
You've definitely picked a bad time to take on this job. Did the sheriff say where he's going?
Yes. He wanted to drive over to Alloy Ranch, but he's gone for several hours now.
Alright, you stay right here and I'll be driving over to the ranch to see if I can find him.
Thank you so much, sir. And please, if you meet him, don't tell him that I'm all stressed out. I need to be able to handle such a situation.
Alright, in the next fight, you don't get to use anybody. To that effect, I may have unequipped Sophia before, but because we were saving and loading, it just fell back in her hands. We're probably not going to use the syringe for this match, but just in case, we'll bring it with us. I like this background animation here. It's got ants placed, like just specifically for that brief cutscene. Now, you should notice that there's nobody around me, and that's a little weird, right? However, when you finish moving Dr. Mill, if you aren't trying to hastily hit the N button, you'll notice that the N button is not over. So let's try clicking the next arrow. Oh, look, there's Alex. His hand is broken. It's actually broken left arm. So that is confirmed. This is his left hand. But if you hold your hands in front of you, that's your right hand. Like, hold your hands out. He's got the big ant next to him. Let's just... Well, I mean, if I shoot now... If you shoot now, I might be able to lure the ants north while I sprint off to the east. But I think we run in this direction. Unfortunately, wind is... Well, no, that's good. The wind is going to the northeast. I like that it makes his gun hand injured. Like, that's a nice touch to show that he's in a desperate strait. Adds a little bit more believability, I suppose. I'm gonna get my hands on another rock. Alright, Alex has the third highest wages in the game of $28. He has a movement of 2, a health of 14 when he's fully healthy. Hold on 1 second, let me finish this turn. A sight range of 4, a good melee hit chance of 76.5%, a good ranged hit chance of 80%. So I could inject him with the syringe now, but... No, that's not a rock. There's some rocks. Yeah, I don't think I can pick up any of those. And we need to kill all the ants. If you try to, there is no escape. As this is a scripted battle, I suppose. I'll check that, but I'm pretty sure I can't pick up any of it. It's not in the sensors. We still have to run back down here to kill that ant, so we might as well run back north to throw another rock. Seven damage. That's fine. I was probably going to close in anyways. Now, even though we don't visually see this dude, because of the sound thing, it does actually show on the edges of your screen where that ant is, which is a nice touch. I do like that. Eat it! Oh man, that was close. Geez, you really saved my ass this time. I was wrong, those ants are a threat, a big one. We need to plan before this gets out of hand. Get me in town and we'll meet at the mayor's office. We need help. This is too big for us alone. I didn't shoot the sheriff. Save Alex's life. Can I save here? Yeah, it's gonna make a save. I'll call this Day 14 Sheriff. Did I spell that right? And of course, that area that we were just at, the roadside, oh, apparently they've reappeared. That's fine. But yeah, I was gonna say that in the background they're not even there anymore. So the developer made those ants for that. Let's see, is there anything else to do besides run to the mayor's office? We've gotten the radio station stuff. We've gotten Tyog taken care of. Oh, I guess we haven't talked to Tyog. Okay, let me think here. Let me real quick load the game and get you the dialogue. Because if you go up to Tyog after you snitched, he'll have some words for you. So let me do that real quick just to get you that dialogue, just to show you. I knew it was you. The FBI has convicted us from our home. Have you not caused enough harm? Leave us alone. Curse you. You and your kind. I don't know if he's supposed to be an ant guy or what. Like, obviously he worships the ants, but is he like an ant head? That's the name of the sequel of the original game. Pharmacy. Well, actually, we could take a look at Alex. There he is. Items. He starts off with. Oh, did he reloaded his gun for free? Oh, that's cool. That's nice. All right. Go ahead and take that. Well, actually, we probably may not use you. Well, he does have a Colt. We'll hold off on it for right now. We'll hold off on equipping him, that is. And we should go back to the party menu. We need to do anything in the gun store? I'm not sure if they reloaded their stuff yet. It's fine. We'll be okay for another day, because it takes at least 2 days to reload guns. So even if it was today that they reloaded things, when we get to the next day, we won't have missed any opportunities to buy anything. So mayor's office it is. Hey, what are you two doing here? Can't you see I'm busy?
This can't wait, Alice. The ant attacks are getting out of hand. Hendrik here saved my life. I crashed the car trying to evade one of those beasts on the roads, and they instantly attacked me. My telephone does not stop ringing. I get calls from everyone around town seeing ants or even getting attacked. We need to get help, and we need it fast.
No, this can't be true. Not now. My career. Now, as I said earlier, people's deaths are on their hand. We're assumed that if people were attacked by these ants, not all of them get away. We'll be generous and say 10% of them died. That's still a lot of deaths. If you say that this town had 100 people, that's going to be 10 people dead, including Beth. I'm sorry if this comes at an inconvenient time, but we need to act now or the town will be overrun. It's too late to call San Peringo. Their forces won't be here till next week, and that's if I manage to convince them of our situation. We need to go to Camp Lewis. General Brooke and I might not get along very well, but it's our best shot, our only shot. Journal entry. The threat is getting out of hand, but now we've got the military on our side. I need to find that nest. I can either check the marked locations by foot or go to the airfield and take pictures from above. When I draw lines between the anthills, I should be able to triangulate the nest's position. Then we fly a bombing run and exterminate these monsters once and for all. As far as I understand, it's not really triangulate. It's just bisecting diagonals or intersecting lines. You'll see as we get more of these ants uncovered. I was trying to see what time it is. 4. Okay, make a progress save here.
Borrelius pruniensis, also known as the high noon ant. I've run a few tests after my discovery.
Your discovery! You wouldn't believe me even after I've already fought these damn things. It's my discovery. I don't care who discovered what. We have a problem. We need to find a solution. I'm not going to lose my talent to insects for Christ's sake. Well, yeah, that's one of the reasons why the scientist did not support you, is because I think in the manual or something, it talks about how he really needs to get his reputation back. So yeah, he dismissed your findings because it wasn't his finding. Now he's here behind your back trying to claim credit for it. 15 days after the fact. Yeah. Okay, game.
Gentlemen, all intel is being collected from the lab and your computers as we speak. It's classified and it's not going to end up on your resume. Understood? But what about my research? You can't. I can and I will. Your research has to wait until we are safe and know what we're up against. Now, I only care about one thing. How do we kill these bastards? My simulations have shown a chance of 0.003% that all those ants have been mutated by the same meteor. So we either have more sources of radiation or, more likely, our mutated ants reproduce. If that's the case, we have to find the nest and kill the queen. That sounds like a plan. How are we going to find the nest?
If I may, the nest is underground and connected by a tunnel system. We have to look out for mounds where the ants leave the tunnels. If we find enough anthills, I can triangulate the position of the nest and we can start an attack.
You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Alright, I'll order my men to swarm out and find these mounds. They will notify Dr. Mills so he can confirm their location. You can take the recon plane to confirm multiple locations at a time. I'll prepare a nice batch of napalm, and then we can send that queen to hell. Dismissed.
This is the next phase of the game, the escalation phase. Before we do that, let's hit the shooting range. Can I save here? Yeah, let's make a day 14 shoot. We are going to go for the full 1,000 points. If you get 500 points, you can recruit a person at the end of this. If you get 900 points, you get an achievement. I have edited all the way up to the practice range for the footage of it return to the desert. And I saw that I didn't have achievements being recorded. At this time, we should be able to show off those. Not that anybody particularly cares, but I think it's always worth it when you're doing a playthrough to show what you're earning. So there's a better sense of, growth, continuity. I've taken screenshots of every single target that appears and then triangulated the proper positioning where your crosshair should be by taking the average of all the red dots. When you're shooting the target, you can even shoot the arm or the shoulder or even the railing right here, and that's okay. They are randomized which order they appear in, so when I say I take screenshots, it's not like there's number 1 is always this, number 2 is always this. It's just I would take a snapshot every time a one appeared in a certain spot. You can see that shadows actually move with each one, so I think that is pretty cool. That's a little bit more than you get for normal shooting range stuff. However, I don't like there's 100 targets. Yet to be in, strong performance for 100 when I think 20 is more than enough. In addition, this really downplays how good the military is. Think about this. The military apparently has enough bullets and targets to allow you to do 100 shots when you are able to beat ants with your bare hands and rocks. Yet they need you, a geologist, to do what soldiers cannot. That one is actually the most troublesome, especially when the sliding one zips in front of it and you end up shooting that one instead. You will lose points if you miss, period. And in addition, you will lose points if you don't get a target. Like if it slides on screen, then slides away. But yeah, I think all the minigames last way too long. 20 is more than enough. I saw that shadow. I knew I was going to have to time... No, I think I... Oh, I did get it. Okay, I was going to say. The reason I believe I get it was because the target faded away after the fact. So it looked like I missed it, but I did get it just in time. So we got a full perfect score. Great.
Hey, buddy, that was amazing. Where did you learn to shoot?
Thanks. Quite a few years back. Let's just say I've got myself in a situation where that skill was very helpful, and I honed it since then.
I'm Dan Cody, by the way. Most people around here call me Cody. The general sent me down here to see if you needed any help.
And not to spy on me?
Oh, well, maybe a bit of both. It's his base, after all.
We're gonna make a save. Save on progress. Okay, we have a little bit of time left. We won't worry about getting Cody right now. Let's do the airfield. You get to do this once a day, so we're gonna just go and do this now. But you know what? I didn't actually see where all the bits were. Let's actually load again. And take a look. Do we have any... Okay, we got one way up there. And one over here. And one down here. Okay, so we have a nice line of things. When you are emerging from your airplane, you are starting out going this way. We'll probably snap that picture, try to do a 180, and then coast around. Alright, it's probably not going to go... I probably won't get all of them, but that's fine. We just need to get some to make use of today. Let's go and fly recon. So this is a different military dude. I think his name is like Watanabe or something. Before we start, let's go over the controls again. To your left is the camera trigger. You can take one picture per second. The button to your right are the comms. If you want me to fly slower or faster, just let me know. I don't actually know how to... I'm not actually sure how to change the flight speed of this. I've tried pressing up and down and nothing happens. Maybe I'll try mashing other keys though. Alright, we're clear for takeoff. Good luck, Doctor. So we're immediately flying east. Yeah, pressing up and down doesn't do anything. Oh, nope, I might miss this one. Alright, let's go just a little bit further and do a loop around. If you fly past the red, your recon is over. Just try to stay within bounds of the map. Okay, that one was not an anthill. I want to fly west. That's why I said you want to kind of know where your green things are first. Darn it, missed that one. Let's do another 180. You don't want to spin around as soon as you miss it. You want to give yourself a little bit of leeway to line up the shot. Okay, we probably won't get the ones in the northwest. Let's follow the road. So there's the lab right there and the festival. I guess the festival is closed. Fuel, we're about to run out of fuel, and unfortunately I didn't get the top left green icon, but that's okay. We have lots of days left. We have 15 days left. We're really well on time. Gonna fly recon. Try. We're still refueling and have inspections to do. Come back tomorrow to do another round. Let's take a look at our workers. We got people who will give you money. Once you're in Chapter 3, you can no longer select patrol or recruit, even if there are people you haven't recruited. We will get Dan Cody in a little bit, and Alex, too. Wait, there's Alex. Am I actually missing someone else? Okay, no, I got everybody. That's just Dan Cody, right? Yeah, okay, I think that is the only person I'm missing. Hopefully I got them all. Let's go and make a save. I guess it's day 15 now. Money, money, money. Yep. You don't get the money until you actually hit that. Let's take a look at our party. In our master party will be Dan Cody as our best soldier, Billy the bartender, because she's got the shotgun and she's got very good range and accuracy, and Josh Steiner, that's this guy, he's the gun store owner. So let's take a look what Josh's equipment was going to be. We'll probably give him a syringe just to increase our overall ability in battle, but giving him a second handgun in his hand his right hand will allow me not to have to worry about unequipping the gun just to pass it over to the other hand. Okay, so we don't actually need to hit the gun shop right this instant. We'd be carrying bullets, so I don't think we really need anything in our pockets either from the gas station. So let's go and head over to the Camp Lewis offices. Just kind of taking a look at where all the exclamation marks are. We got 2 here, and then we got 1 here. Okay, we'll do the Camp Lewis offices first. Ask for support.
Something your little party can't handle? You know I'm not a big fan of people playing military and such. But I heard you scored 500 points at the shooting range. I can respect that. I'll assign one of my soldiers to you. Sergeant Cody is a fine shot and will be an invaluable addition to your team. Now, that's all I can do for you. Go and find that nest.
Gotta recruit them all. Recruit all possible party members within a single game. Let's take a look at Cody. I made a mistake with the Alex should have been one of my paid people. He's actually superior to Sophia, but that's okay. It would have been a $3 difference. But let's go and take a look at Cody himself. He has a rifle. The very precise on long distance deals between 12 and 18 damage starting Cody's property. He also starts with 2x rounds in his second pocket. I'm going to slap that in there. We have space for more rounds. If we have time today, we'll go and do that. We might even just sell this tarot card at this point just to free up more space. Do we want to give... You know, we probably will... Oh, this gun actually needs bullets. Yeah, that does free up a bit of space there. Let's go ahead unequip, or not unequip, detach Cody from our party. Let's equip people so that when we're walking around, we get attacked, we have our best fighters up front. So let me double check who that would be. It'd be Tom. Surprisingly, Dan is actually a really good fighter, but I can't give him a knife. Tom, Kenny, and Alex. We'll hold off on putting more bullets in his pocket, because Alex is not going to be a part of our final assault team. If I go a little bit left, I can tag that and then maybe have time to swing and hit both of these instead of try to flip around, then fly northwest. Because if I did that, I might not hit this one. We'll try. We'll try hitting the one in the far east first. What about right click? Oh, that is how you go fast. Okay. By the way, there's a computer right there. You see that? That's just a little Easter egg. So yeah, right click will do this. All right, that is all of them. Go and just fly off the map. Or not. We didn't get enough fuel for that. Or maybe we did. I'm sorry, but we had to return. We don't have permission to leave the flight area of Glint Rock. We could attempt to fly a bombing run. Let's just click on it and see what he says. I need the coordinates of the nest before we can take off. Please mark them on the map. Right-click on the map where you expect the nest to be. Then come back and try again. So we hit all of the green dots. So we have these two here. And we have these two here. I am guessing our target's around right here-ish. I mean, without being able to draw a straight line. This is as far as I can zoom out, unfortunately, which I think is lame. So that's basically all we can do for today. Let me just hit the university lab and get paid. We just finished lab and a couple more dots appeared on the map, so I guess we can hit those ourselves. I can already tell you that the anthills are just going to be in two straight lines on the map, so anything that's not in this line is not going to count. We have one all the way over here. Yeah, this is going to be a bogus one right here for sure. Probably this one as well, but this one might be legit. So we'll first hit this one because it's nearby. I don't know what those soldiers thought they saw, but there's nothing here. Let's check the other locations. We need to find those tunnels. And sometimes when you reach a location, you will find an anthill, but no ants. Other times you'll find an anthill with ants. So let's see what we got here. No ants, thankfully. Note the location. I've marked the location on my map. Let's have a look if we can spot a pattern. There we go. There's one right there as well. We'll hit that on... I guess these are the only two left, so we'll just do both. Okay, we got ants here. Actually, can I flee? Will I still get the thing if I flee? Let's try. I think that's the new one. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's new. Let's go and switch to our worker team. Let me double check my wages here. That's going to be Tom, Josh, and Alex. We just need to replace Kenny with Josh. Make sure Josh is equipped in case we get attacked on the way. And then we'll hit this one, which should be nothing. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think you're randomly attacked by ants while traveling during the 3rd chapter. And that's separate from arriving at an anthill that has ants patrolling it. Our cash. Let's now swap out Josh for Kenny because of battle formation. Make a save. Day 16. I think typing in the number 1 or something makes the screen zoom in. I don't know what that's about. Probably thinks I'm trying to select someone in combat. We got one over there, that's going to be nothing. This was not a good day for any of that stuff. Guess we can just do it on foot for now. Okay, now we got a few more. This one is probably legit. These two are probably not. Let's see what we can get with the airplane. I think the giant camera on the bottom left is a little distracting. It should just probably have crosshairs in front of your plane for best results. Yep, and that should probably be all of them. Let's just try to fly out of the zone. What I'd like to find is some more in this direction. You can only bomb once every 2 days. And if you bomb a building, I think the game ends. So let's get the real ending first before we try bombing a building, and then I'll show you what the secret ending is. I'd like to get a closer one over here, so we can hit exactly the target. But realistically, we had enough information some time ago. You require 3 confirmed anthills before you're allowed to bomb. Save, and I guess we just chill for a bit. Is there anywhere we need to go? I think so. We can do the driving minigame. Yeehaw! Now, if you swerve into the debris like immediately after it passes the bottom of the screen, it will still count as a hit. Yeah, I feel like if they would just add one more element to this truck driving game, maybe it'd be a lot more interesting. There, I see I hit the tire in the back. We had just passed instead of the tire on the left. Such as picking which parcels to bring, and maybe it weighs your truck differently. Maybe it would change how much you could move without it falling off the back of your vehicle, or you could risk pushing your vehicle even harder and losing some. I don't know. I feel like if you added maybe at least one other thing, this would actually be a more entertaining mini game. Right now, this is really the first time we've done it optionally. Switch out. Make sure we get the most money and make a save for day 17. Actually, what is he equipped with? Let's slip you some more bullets. Maybe give you another energy drink, but realistically, we're probably not going to go to the gas. Well, I mean, we have time to go to the gas station. Let's spend what we get on. Let's spend what we get on the gun shop. We're not getting anything. That one's still good. All right. Well, the best I can do is try to imagine a line. Unfortunately, there is no more zoom out, so we'll just imagine a line in this direction. So we'll say around here. More like here. Let me think here. I mean, I guess I might as well buy these bullets. Get the energy drink. Get the bar. Okay, well, we did make a save before this, so let's give it a shot. We'll try a bombing run on that without worrying about the recon, because we already know is going to be part of that line. I'm just worried that I didn't mentally draw a line well enough. Like, maybe it's over here. All right, you know what? Here, I'm just gonna give me a minute. I'm gonna actually figure this out exactly where we're gonna be. So give me a minute. It's pretty much there. Maybe I moved a little bit more down left, and I think I would have still counted as a strike. So let's go and do this. Swap out Kenny for Josh, even though we just bought something for Tom. We're not going to really utilize that. We're going to put in our best and brightest, well, I don't know, best soldiers. Wait, it's not Alex. It's going to be Billy. There you go. Check our gear. The rounds. Guess we'll go and reload that one. Too bad I can't take that out yet. I guess I could do a battle real quick and make her use it up. Yeah, let's do that. It's kind of a waste, really, but I mean, you can't carry things in your backpack into. So before we do anything, let's go ahead and look for ants. No ants this time, but we did note the location. This is it then. You'll ride along in the back seat to confirm if we hit the target. And don't screw this up. The general will be furious, and it takes a full 2 days to get this baby up in the air again. Come on in. That was great work of you two. That nest is nothing more than a smoldering crater. Captain Watanabe, you are up for a promotion. Take the day off. You've earned it. Thank you, sir. Ha! That was almost too simple. Those pesky ants are no match for the U.S. Air Force. We will clean up the rest of them and investigate the nest tomorrow. You should get some rest. The next days will be filled with interviews and paperwork. Dr. Hill, wake up. We need to get going. The ants are back. What do you mean? Didn't we kill them all? Not at all. They attacked the gas station. There are so many. And there was this big monster. I don't know how to describe it. That bomb, it didn't kill them. It just made them angry. All right, I'll call the others. We have to settle this once and for all. Apparently, this area which you normally pull cars under, it's a complete impassable object. Yeah, I can't click. Clicking on it does nothing. Wait, I can't unequip his hands anymore? Did the game patch, or is this just not a thing you're allowed to do in the final battle? That's very weird. So I don't want the Colt in that hand. In fact, that's the worst hand for it to be in. Because the Colt's very bad in the left hand. That's why I bought him a handgun for that hand. Yeah, even this final battle is just looking around for ants. Here's the thing. If you see an ant as big as a car, you're not going to have trouble seeing it a car distance away, right? The ant is about this big. It's about as long as this van. Are you telling me you cannot see a van this far away, even in daytime? Now, I know it's nighttime right now, but I will say that seeing the shape... Oh, you can just walk right through the vehicle? Okay. Seeing the shape of things against the light is something that makes it easier to spot people that are trying to be sneaky. That's why changing your profile, as well as the sound of your footsteps to be inconsistent, is better for actual real-life stealth. I say lighting because when you're in a deserted area, The game map shows there aren't many buildings around, so you'll be seeing ants against a backdrop of night sky. As for how dark it is, the road going through town has ample streetlights. Certainly enough to show a van-sized ant. Okay, well, I guess we'll try using... I mean, once I take this shot, they're all going to probably start swarming in. I hate that the gun is on this hand. I even had the advantage of knowing the battle happens after the bombing, but the game doesn't give a first-time player the opportunity to prepare your items for the final boss. That ant we saw down there has heard us from the gunshots. Josh, you still have the syringe, right? Or did it... Oh, it wasn't Alex, it was Josh. Wait, was it Josh also spraying? I don't remember now. Given how small and pixelated they are, I think it'd be simple to kind of make animations for these characters to pull out the gun and show, like some sort of animation beyond just pop in numbers. Now that being said, I will give the game credit that each character does look a little bit different, but they are granted very small and pixelated. So those gunshots are pretty much cleared out everything that's going to be in the northwest and southwest side, so now we just need to go to the other side of the gas station and start popping off a few rounds there. It's a small ant. I could have easily punched or thrown one. Well, I can't even equip a rock right now. But I want to try to draw them in from the outskirts of areas we've already cleared, rather than going up here and then taking a shot and immediately getting swarmed. Not that I think there are that many ants here, and that's not anything because it's on easy combat mode. I don't think it would have been that much more difficult on the hardest mode. I just wanted to minimize how much time we spent here. All right, that is the super mega queen ant. You're supposed to shoot barrels around it, but I really don't want to have to lure it around the map. It just seems really troublesome. So we're going to go ahead and take shots at it and then run away, and maybe we'll lure it to a barrel. 47% for that. Can't even shoot the main body. Really? Or maybe that's the main body right there. If I click that. No, that doesn't actually do anything. All right. Well, I will tell you that in general, training and antennas easier to hit. Sure, let's do that. In general, when you're targeting when you're targeting things with guns, what I have heard is sensor mass. Good job, Cody. That's out of range for the shotgun, which is totally understandable. 28%, this is why I didn't want the Colt in that hand. Alright, let's get moving. See that barrel? It's the only reason why this takes place at the gas station, because the developer wants you to shoot barrels. Is that really... Okay, there's another barrel right there. Alright, let's try moving in for it. Need to wrap him around that. That's a little weird. I think I had to click the revolver and then the pocket. Don't see him right now. Either he's having trouble following. Actually, I shouldn't end my turn there. That's bad. Not that I think the ants will blow it up. But he should definitely be following our stench. Smell, I guess. I call it stench because of Rogue Survivor. Maybe he's not. I put the closer range soldiers on that side. That's the shotgun and revolver in the wrong hand. And the further range soldiers on this side. That way, if he does wrap around the building, we'll be able to take the easiest shot. But I don't see him, so let's back up one more tile. So you have a movement of 2, so it won't be you necessarily. You also have a movement of 2. All right, I guess it's just going to be Dr. Mill. Now, shooting his antenna is supposed to make it harder for him to follow the smell. But considering we just shot from here, as well as there's a clear smell line of a whole party, you would think that he wouldn't have lost us that easily. All right, let's form up against this other barrel then. Okay, there he is. I don't think that's 2 different ones. I think he just kind of walked out, so the fog of war mechanism allowed him to instantly walk around instead of having to be animated. It's going to take a couple shots, might as well. I know they haven't gone all the way over there yet. It's because the ant's kind of in the middle. We haven't really decided where it's going to be yet. And that's why we didn't commit to that side. I don't know how large these barrels are supposed to be explosive, because I've never actually shot them. There just wasn't that much value in trying to lure it. But for the video's sake, I am trying to do that. The queen didn't even move? For real? Or maybe it did and it just appeared. Okay. Well, that's the last of my bullets. I can't even unequip those items. So I can't even punch at this point. Come on, it backed off? Well, to be fair, if I was getting shot at, I might back off too, but I don't think that's what the game is intentionally trying to do. I didn't even get the barrel shot anymore, or still. Okay, well, let's try. We'll just have Alex shoot a barrel. Oh, I mean, okay. Since the battle hasn't ended, there has to be at least one ant. Let's just try to lure a normal ant, I suppose. Alright. I don't want to get... Oh, okay, it's a small one, so I could definitely tank a hit from that. There's another one in that direction, but I'd like to make sure that the ant gets destroyed by the barrel. Definitely overkill, but I want to do at least one barrel. It's 46% chance to hit a barrel, though. Even if it's not your dominant hand, I would like to think that you could at least hit a target that is completely stationary. Follow the smell. Follow your nose. I don't know how big the explosion is. Probably just everything adjacent, but just in case, let's go back up a bit more. Alright, Alex, go ahead and try to shoot that. This is going to be... Okay, it actually is a bit larger than I realized, because it did hurt my other two teammates. That's alright. They'll spend a little bit of time in the hospital after this. Does walking here hurt? No. I'm assuming this one is the last bug. Yeah, I can't do anything else. Well, I guess I can heal myself, sure. Dawn brought a new day to Glint Rock, and I was glad I survived to see the sunlight once more. The horrors of the night faded, and this time I knew they wouldn't come back. The town is safe, and my job as a geologist is done. I will go back to Arkham, and I decided to keep this dreadful nightmare to myself. Maybe one day I'll find the strength to cope, but for now, these things better be forgotten. Yeah, when I saw these credits from Pixabay, I thought, oh no, I'm gonna get so many copyright things, and yeah, My first upload of the first 5 days, just as a test, did not go well. But that was the full game of one playthrough for It Returned to the Desert. There's other ways you can, given that there's random places that your queen ant could be at, what party members you end up picking up, you may not get them all, especially if you give yourself a harder time limit and maybe even harder battles to go through. I know I picked easy mode. Sometimes I do that if I just want to have an easy time cruising through the game rather than spending 3 times as long in battle. Also, I don't know why you have to have a silhouette. Silhouette? So I think it's pronounced silhouette. I don't know why you have to have a silhouette here. You have fully, I think, rendered. I'm assuming that these are rendered but then shrunk down for pixelization. But I'm assuming the developer actually made all those models. So he could just put the model there without the shadow. It's how I would feel. You've already done the work, but maybe not. Maybe every one of them is individually made for every different instance. I'm going to click a button since I don't think anything else is going to happen. And we're straight back to the menu. Let's go ahead and check out some of those other endings. What happens if we just bomb a building? Let's say the Camp Lewis offices. The remainder of this episode will be focused on covering some of the other avenues we didn't see. I won't be touching upon everything, such as touching upon everybody's dialogue when they don't wish to join you yet, but I will be covering character deaths and a couple loose achievements.
You filthy terrorist! Throwing my bombs on my hometown. Did you think you would get away with this? Sergeant, take him away and throw him in our darkest cell. He's not going to see sunlight for a very long time.
I failed the town and the people of Glint Rock. The ants overran the streets and killed everybody. Maybe if I hadn't wasted so much time, I could have prevented this. Maybe I'll get another chance. This is the message you get if you run out of days left. That just immediately jumps to this screen if you run out of days, that's all. And then there's the ants are now the victors screen. Okay, this time we're going to take the drink. The potion tasted sweet and warm and brought a sudden realization. There is nothing to worry about. We are all one. We all serve our purpose. I am the pilgrim. I am Zo-Kalar. I bring renewal, life, and death. I'm here for a reason, foretold by the meteor. The age of the All-Mother is upon us.
You can hear her calling, can't you? Act wisely, honored pilgrim. Kill when you have to kill. Strike opportunely. For you will know our nemesis when he reveals his face, and you will act without hesitation. But for now, keep up the act, and follow the herd until we speak again.
On this playthrough, we still get attacked by ants. Since we're working with Tiag in this run-through, let's go and just send Kit over to these ants for one of the achievements. Also, one of the other achievements is kill 99 of these guys. And another one's beat the game on the hardest difficulty. I don't think she'll defeat this ant. I'll let her give it a good try, but I think the next turn she's out. Also, when your characters die, you don't get any other stuff that it just disappears with them. She actually bled out. When you have this, you will lose 2 hit points every turn. That's probably more dangerous than the ants. Go and flee. And if you take a look at this screen here, this is Kit. This is what happens when you lose anybody. They are no longer available in the game, except Kit is special. It's probably because she is younger than 18, maybe, and so that way, instead of saying that you get children killed, they just come back. Either that, or it's a reference to some horror movie thing that I don't know about. One of the other achievements we're trying to do is Kenny's Farm. I need to do 5 truck missions, but he doesn't let you do it every day. I don't know how often. This is a new day and we still haven't been able to get that done. Let's just walk back and forth for a bit. Trying to click the home.
Message 1.
Don't freak out, old man. I'm not a ghost. I've just played dead. Stupid ants left me alone after a while and I returned. Reporting back for duty.
Oh, there we go. That was the day right after. Taking a look. She doesn't have full health, and I guess we can always show what happens when you send someone to the hospital. Actually, does she have to be in the main party? The text in the hospital suggests that she has to be in the main party, but let's check. Yeah, I should come back when any of my active party members get injured. Yeah, that's what I thought. Register kit for treatment. Get well, kit. I hope you recover well.
I'll do my best. Thanks for driving me here. I could really use some rest.
I think that's the same exact text for everybody. So now she is replaced with a medical symbol saying how many hours she needs. Okay, apparently that rock doesn't do damage. I thought all this time that giant rock in the middle... How about this one? Okay, that rock does damage. Also getting achievements. If you fly west of the university, you'll find a UFO. And you bring this picture over to Kenny. It's not an actual inventory item. You just bring the picture over to Kenny. Remember that as you fly away from the airfield, you're going east. Get to the university, go west. Also, it looks like this is the exact same spot that the ending was in our real ending. Our ant nest was in our real ending. I thought it might be randomized when you start the chapter, and maybe it is, but that's just where it happened to be. The gas station's right here with a anthill under it, and here's the park with the anthill in it. Let's go and take this over to Kenny. Show Kenny the UFO photo. Kenny, look! I've flown over the desert and took this picture from the plane.
That's a UFO. A friggin' flying saucer. My dad. He must be in there. Where did you take that picture exactly?
Here, let me show it to you on my map.
That's in the middle of nowhere. Can't just drive there. I'll figure it out. Thanks, Doc.
Talk to Kenny about the crashed UFO. We're still in the secret ending playthrough, and I haven't shown what happens when you bomb the wrong area, so let's go and mark that as our bombing location. Oof, that was a disaster. There was no nest anywhere near that spot. Well, at least you didn't hit any civilian buildings, so we should probably try again in 2 days when the jet is rearmed. Still not done with inspection and rearming. And I suggest staying away from the general. He's not in a good mood after that failed attempt.
How on earth could you screw this up so badly? Do you know how much bombs and jet fuel costs? Don't even get me started about the time factor for our operation. If the ants overrun Glint Rock before we destroy the nest, the locals' blood is on your hands. You come back here and ask for help after you screwed up that bombing run? Kill the queen, destroy that nest, get out of my office!
Your chapter text is different here. I can feel the end times approaching. I can see the prophecy fulfilled. The nemesis revealed his face. The general must perish. And the gifts of the men of Leng. So from the wells of night to the gulfs of space, and from the gulfs of space to the wells of night, ever the praises of the great Cthulhu of Sath-Oga, and of him who is not to be named, ever their praises and abundance of the black goat of the woods. Ah, Shub-Niggurath, the goat with 1,000 young. Okay. I'm sure that these are references to the developers' other games, such as the Arkham stuff. Let's go and send our bomb in.
You are alive! Oh, hail our pilgrim, our savior, the prophecy is nearly fulfilled. Can you hear her? Can you hear her sing?
I'm not sure if the explosion is just ringing in my ears, but I can hear an ethereal melody floating through my head.
Come with me, great Zol-Kalar. The All-Mother has returned and calls her children.
All the ants seem to have gathered in the woods. There's something here. Something gargantuan. Something old. Something. Ever their praises in abundance to the black goat of the woods. Ah, Shub-Niggurath! Ah, Shub-Niggurath! The black goat of the woods with 1,000 young! As you might expect, Cody met an unavoidable accident.
Hey, I got bad news. Yeah, well, he died fulfilling his duty. We didn't make sure it was not for nothing. Find the nest and kill the queen. Do it for Cody. Do it for all the men and women in this town that you've lost.
Getting our NPCs killed in order to see if I can unlock achievements. Let's tell Tom about Billy's death.
What did you do, you bastard? You were supposed to protect her. Go, I can't handle this right now. I don't want you around here. Leave me alone. Now!
If Sophia is lost, or both Sophia and Kenny is lost, you get this message instead, which is very similar. Sophia Belham is no longer with us. Sophia, you'll be missed.
Then, if you drop by the pharmacy without having seen Hank, you get this message.
Hello? How can I help you?
I was wondering who's going to keep the pharmacy open after Sophia died.
People need medicine, and this is my pharmacy. I'm extremely sorry for her death, but someone has to do the job. So, is there anything you need?
If Hank also dies, then the pharmacy's closed. If you have spoken to Hank when you lose Sophia...
Oh, it's you.
Hank, what are you doing here?
People need medicine, and this is my pharmacy. Poor Sophie. She wasn't a fighter. You should have never taken her with you.
I'm sorry, but it was on her own accord. She tried to help.
Yeah, always tried to help. Doesn't mean you needed to get her in harm's way. Ugh. Do you want to buy something?
We get her. Dr. Hill, wake up. We need to get going. Answer back. What do you mean? Didn't we kill them all? Seemingly not. We got several emergency calls. They seem to head over to the gas station. If you ask me, I think that bomb didn't kill them. It just made them angry. Alright, I'll call the others. We have to settle this once and for all. There are no others. I've killed every single teammate in the game. Once you recruited Marge, she's no longer part of the day shift. Hi, I'm Stan. I've swapped shifts with Marge and we'll take good care of you. Looks like you're going to stay another 2 days with us. Try to relax and you'll feel much better soon. If you've lost Marge the nurse, the ranch is deserted and there's a for sale sign put on the cabin. Looks like Maria left town after her daughter's death. I don't feel like listening to music after Tom's death. Moreover, his radio station was the only one in town. If you lose Tom... Dr. Mill, we need to talk.
Okay, Billy. I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you, but that's not what I meant. When are we going to kill the rest of the mans?
As soon as possible. I mean, I don't know. I'll do what I can.
You are? Well, at least somebody's trying to do something. I'm thankful for that, you know? Tom wanted me to be safe, wanted the town to be safe. He loved our people. We owe it to him to protect them. We can buy her a drink? When I opened the bar, I swore not to touch a drink. But what the hell? It's not that it's really going to matter anymore. Look at me. Person like those know tomorrow. Tom wouldn't want this.
I think he would be fine with you having one drink. To Tom.
You're right. To Tom. And shall his spirit watch over us, or portrait changes between those two conversations. Oh, I've almost forgot. Tom left me his bat behind. If it's any use to kill the monsters, you should take it. Oh, okay. Wow. This is the only time you can get an item, because when your teammates die, all their stuff just vaporizes. What am I going to do now? The sheriff's dead. This is getting over my head. I need to talk to the mayor. She has to listen now that those monsters killed Alex. Let's see what the police station has to say. Anything? No one's here. There's a sign on Jenny's table that she'll be back soon. I don't think I have the time to wait, though. Hey, what are you doing here? Can't you see I'm busy? This can't wait. Alex was attacked by the ants. I tried to help, but I was too late. He's dead. No, this can't be true. Not now. I'm sorry if this comes at an inconvenient time, but we need to act now or the town will be overrun. It seems to be the same dialogue. Josh from the gun store. If Josh dies... Hello, how can I help you? Hi, who are you? I'm Miranda, Josh's younger sister. He's on a prolonged vacation, but may I be of service? Vacation. Okay. Listen, if you want to talk... Oh, so you know? This is embarrassing. No, I'd rather not talk about it if that's okay. Okay? I don't know if embarrassing is the right word if she's talking about Josh being dead, or if this is just miscommunication between the two. The gun store is the only place that is still open if you have killed off your characters. If you need anything, just call me. Explore the carnival, 1 hour. Wait, there's a light behind the popcorn machine. Let me have a look. You! Damn me to haunt this fair forever. That's Hank. Hank, is that you? I grew up coming here with my dad, wishing that I never had to leave again. Now look what you did. I'm stuck. I curse you, Dr. Mill, you and your kind. He vanished into thin air. Did I really just see that? I should get some sleep. If Kenny is lost before you visit the Spring Festival, as most of you have already heard, a tragedy occurred in our little community. Kenny Bannister is no longer with us. In respect of his recent demise, this year's cornbread contest is cancelled, and we instead hold a minute of silence in his memory. Kenny, you will be missed. Now, he loved our festival and wouldn't want us to all be sad and depressed, so enjoy yourself and celebrate the start of a new year for Glint Rock. Well, it's all her fault anyways. We can go to Kenny's farm.
I've closed the gate to his farm. Poor Kenny. I need to find his relatives when all this is over. If anybody's HP goes to 0, including the main character, in which case you go to the hospital, you get this option to report death to Alex the sheriff. How many more people have to die before you start doing something about the ants?
Calm down, fella. I have opened the case and started investigating. I still have trouble believing your allegations, but I'll go into the matter.
Then it might be too late. These beasts can attack any time.
Listen, you might have a doctor degree and all, but I've lived in this town a little longer than you, so I'll call the shots on how we pursue this issue.
There's 3 achievements remaining to get. One is to defeat 99 ants, another is to beat the game on the hardest difficulty, and finally, if you know how to get code 97-1.bin, I will pin the first comment that has the correct solution. It just says the aftermath. Thank you very much for watching. Tran wins. It returned to the desert. I'll see you next time.